Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nexus. Thank you for joining us for an evening of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Nat. I will be your dungeon master tonight, and we are thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. Nexus is inspired by / a parody of / a fond love letter to a lot of the video games that I've played through the years that fall into the genre of it's your first day on the job, but oops, science went wrong and now you have to shoot things. So whilst I'm anticipating this will feel a little bit more like a dungeon crawl than some of our other games, there will be plenty of references and influences from that type of game. But if you're not into them, that's also fine. We're still playing D&D, and I'm sure there will still be plenty of shenanigans and tomfoolery for you to enjoy. For those who are new to D&D, everyone here plays fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. The 5 players each have their own unique character with sheets that tell them who they are, what they can do, their deepest secrets, and what dice to roll. They'll mostly be rolling one of these, a 20-sided die, to see if they succeed or fail. 20s are incredibly good, 1s are often hilariously bad. And while they play their characters, everything else in said fantasy universe is played by me. People, monsters, friendly automatons that are obsessed with testing and cake, you name it. There probably won't be as many weather patterns this time around because we are going to be underground, but who knows, we'll see. Between me describing the world and the story and the players describing what they want to do and some dice rolls to keep things unpredictable for all of us, we will tell our story. First, let's meet our players and have a quick word from our sponsors, and then we'll get stuck in.
Hello, I'm Chris. I use they-them pronouns, and I'm playing Marnis, who also uses they-them pronouns. Marnie, as they're known to their friends, is a dwarven fighter, an ex-member of the Baldur's Gate City Watch, who saw some very troubling things during the gloom which pervaded their city very recently. They left the city with their parents shortly thereafter, resettling in Waterdeep, and are now taking various jobs for hire as a guard, a bodyguard, some form of watch. However, they've noticed, maybe not fully, but others around them certainly, that their shadow appears to now have a mind of its own.
Hi, I'm Evie. I use she/her pronouns, and I will be playing Idris Asunda, who also uses she/her pronouns. Idris, to all new acquaintances and colleagues, is just your typical ditzy Asimar sorcerer, excited for her first day on the job. The first job she's had since leaving her parents, and is just so excited to join the Nexus Arts family, or whatever. But she has a secret. Not only is she not really an Asimar, she's not even really from the material plane. Idris is in fact a Hexblood shadow magic sorcerer sent by the Misty Steps Interplanar Travel Agency to find out what is all going on with Nexus and what their dirty secrets may be. And I, for one, can't wait to find out what she discovers.
Hi, it's me, Augury, your favorite arcane trickster and divination wizard. Last time you saw me, I was helping with a little bit of the retrieval of a magic item, but now I'm here, trying to get a normal 9-to-5 job, or I am. Who knows what I'm doing here? Well, that's it for me for now. Yeah, that was Augury. He uses he, him pronouns. My name is Ali, and I also use he, him pronouns. And I'm so happy to be here for you. And expect a lot of chaos from Augury. And spoiler alert, body parts.
Hello, I'm Nick. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing for this adventure Grunak Clactine, who is a dwarf who also uses he, him pronouns. Grunak is a cleric, a Twilight domain cleric, who has been in Baldur's Gate for a very long time. He is a hill dwarf and has taken to a new calling of moving over towards Nexus Arts to join their engineering and maintenance, mostly because he can cast Mending. So I'm sure this will go really well, and there's no concerns at all. But mostly he's there because they have, from understanding, taken over a dwarven fortress, and he is not very happy with the way they're handling things. So he wants to see if he can put a few things right. Let's see if he can.
Hi, I'm Josh. I use he, him pronouns, and I am going to be playing Garnot, who also uses he, him pronouns. Garnot came to Waterdeep to see a play based on Theros, got a little bit carried away with the interactive side of things and ended up spending all of his money, so is now looking for other employment because he intends to go to Baldur's Gate to do some research. I mean, he took this security job with Nexus because security is going to be easy, right? Hopefully. Oh, he also has his little grey rat friend, Roger, to accompany him.
All right, let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nexus, the final episode. Previously on Nexus, this lovely band of reprobates is always the automatic word that comes to mind, but I don't think you're not all reprobates.
Thank you.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah.
A sprinkle of reprobation.
That's enough for all of us.
I think Ingress is a little bit as well, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But you've got two stick in the mud dwarves, it is true.
This band of earnest heroes and Green Ingress have been exploring the overrun facility owned by Nexus Arts, which is a research facility hidden somewhere in the Sword Coast Mountains. I said exploring. Mostly you've been looking for a way out because it's awful. This was your first day at your new job. And actually, to be fair, not all of it has been going terribly because pretty much everyone might be dead, but that's not your fault. That happened before you arrived.
Yeah, assigning blame, that was my real worry.
But you're also in contact with a survivor, Kimmer, who was a research assistant for the lead scientist, Dr. Durrani. Kimmer has suggested that the way out might be through CEO Gregarious Tusk's private lift, so you have an exit strategy. And they've also come up with a way to stop all of the rifts from opening up and letting all the oozes in, which is what's caused all the people to be dead. So there's an action plan, so that's good. In the last episode, you found another Doris automaton that you're now bringing around with you because, of course, give the party anything and they will adopt it. You found the anti-magic staff, which is part of the plan to stop the rifts opening. You managed to avoid the room full of mimics that it was in as well by ingeniously closing a door. You also managed to find some potions that someone had stolen and stashed away. One of fire breathing that allowed Marnie to create a safe path down to the 3rd level through a tunnel that had been overtaken by violet fungi. And the other potion that you found, which you've not used yet, is a potion of greater restoration. So these are all good things. These are all positives, right?
I'm cursed!
Yeah.
You cursed me!
I didn't. You failed the saving throw.
I think you'll find I just rolled the lowest, but okay.
No, to be fair, the curse in question, which I imagine that you have figured out exactly what it is because you know these things, Chris.
I knew, yeah.
Yeah. I adapted the DC beforehand because I wanted to make it a little easier to pass, and you still didn't pass.
Fine.
Oh,
I'll tell the faceless one about it later.
I do regret that Garnet didn't get cursed as well, though, because I thought that might have been funny. But
Yes.
Walking around like this, showing all my armor.
So yeah, you have noticed that since you've been down here, Marnie seems to have developed some minor hoarding habits. And there's still the relevance of that prophetic dream that Augury had before coming here, but hasn't mentioned to anyone, but that's fine.
Hey, Ali, here's some plot you can sprinkle in later. Nah, I'm good.
Just in front of the last boss. By the way, guys, I think I forgot to mention something.
Oh, I saw this!
Guys, I had a dream about this. It's irrelevant now.
Also, Ingress definitely isn't a spy, and nobody else knows at all. Definitely not. Yeah. So that's what's been in the past. But now, You've made your way through the first level and the second level of the Nexus Arts facility. You now find yourselves on the third level after climbing through engineering and maintenance. You've made it across the Great Hall to the central Nexus hub chamber, or at least the entrance to the central Nexus hub chamber area, which houses the central Nexus hub chamber actual inside it. The labels here are terrible.
Look, I'm assuming that Gregarious Tusk got away, and I'm going to track him down. Teach him.
Not for any of the research.
No. Just teach him some grammar, honestly, is the main thing at this point.
So you're here at the entrance. It is dark. It seems like the power surges that have been going on inside the chamber itself have affected the lighting. The rest of the facility was lit by these lovely magical orbs that had this wrought iron detailing around it. So it was very Art Deco, very pretty, and a sort of warm, cozy glow. Some of them were flickering and flashing, but now we're down here. It is dark. They're all out. Fortunately, you all have dark vision, so that's handy. Ahead of you is a pair of large, heavy doors with these wooden doors set inside the stone with two dead security guards outside them. They're both in yellow jumpsuits. And behind these doors, you can feel, those of you that are magically inclined, there is a pressure, a thrum of energy, and a sulfurous smell is filling the air. There is a corridor running to your left and one to your right, and a map on the wall nearby suggests that, similarly to the research labs, where there was a corridor that goes all the way around the outside with the lab itself in the middle, you think this is probably similar, where you've got a corridor all the way around the outside of the central Nexus hub chamber itself, but there are offices and doorways going outwards off this corridor as well. One of those offices is likely housing the office of Dr. Durrani, which has been previously mentioned that her office was down here. Doris told you that. And somewhere around here, your contact, Kimmer, has been hiding away from the carnage. What would you like to do?
So we've been... Go.
Sorry, I was just saying we need to find Kima before we do anything else. I don't want them, if there's going to be like this big epic rift diving fight thing that we're going to have to do, don't really want to risk Kima getting hurt before we can save them.
Them.
They may also know more about this than they've been able to say over the stones quickly, because they've been worried about how many charges there are left, so without that, maybe we'll have a more fulsome conversation.
I'm gonna go and look into the lab anyway. Surely it would be best to go with as much information as we can.
Yeah.
I agree.
And also, Tusk's office is the way out, so...
Knowing where that is before we get into a lot of trouble would probably be wise, yes.
You have on the facility map itself that you've previously looked at a couple of times, the entrance to Tusk's office was off the greater hall on this level. So you'd have to come out of the central Nexus hub chamber area and turn left, but that would take you to Tusk's office.
Well, should we find Kimmer first? Because then it sounds like Tusk's office is the safest place to be. And that's also where the lift is that goes out. So they can wait there for us while we deal with the bigger problem, and then we can all go together.
Sounds grand. And we've got a few charges left in this little thing, so I suppose we can probably just ask Kimmer where they are. Great.
They've already told us, haven't they?
Oh, maybe. My memory is a little bit shot, being an old dwarf that I am. So if anybody else remembers, by all means.
They're in a little office chamber just off of the central Nexus hub chamber, I believe.
Perfect.
So we'd have to go through the lab to get to them.
Corridor runs around the outside.
Ah, okay.
So
In the middle.
I am the old hill dwarf in...
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, we could ask them if they're left or right.
Sure.
If it goes round in like a thing, we could ask them if we need to go left or go right.
I'll pull out the little stone thing and go, Kimmer.
Oh, hello. Are you here?
Hello there. Yes, we are. We're I think we found the crux of the problem, but we're out the front of it, and we want to know exactly how to get to where you are.
Oh, right. Yes, sorry. I was hiding in one of the offices. I'll come round. I'll come. Whereabouts are you?
Oh, right in front of the big wooden doors.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I'll be along. Stay right there. Keep an eye out for anything else.
Right.
Is there anything else?
Make me a perception check.
I will
Start looking around.
No, I am wanting to get a good sort of lay of the land, but also looking specifically for trinkets, doodads, knickknacks, and things I can pick up.
Sure.
That's a 6.
Ah, no, you're really distracted actually by the two security guards on the floor in front of the door. They don't seem to have the same kind of wounds, actually, and this is something that Augury probably would have noticed with your passive investigation. But I think, Marnie, if you're actively trying to look around, you keep getting drawn back to these bodies. They don't seem to have the same sort of acid burns and corrosion to them that a lot of the other creatures here have. They don't seem to have been sliced apart. They seem to have giant welts on their skin that is visible. Big lumps, sore, red. I mean, they're definitely dead.
Yeah, this is tapping back into the whole Marnie and dead things thing, and it'll suddenly the sort of distraction of, oh, shinies, and the distraction of where are we? I will just be drawn into the, oh, God, these people look awful kind of. Yeah.
Augury has got into the vibe of hoarding. So every now and then, Augury takes his invisible hand to put more stuff on Marnie's back.
Are you buckarooing Marnie? Are you trying to do this stealthily?
Yeah.
Please make me a sleight of hand check.
The hand is invisible. Does that count for something?
But what are you adding?
Anything that is on the floor, like a boot from one of the cadavers, from the corpses, parts of debris. Yes.
Yes, the mage hand is invisible. The boot is not, and the added weight, I think, might be noticeable unless you place it a la Buckaroo carefully.
Yeah, so normal, sleight of hand, right?
Yes, please.
18.
I don't notice.
No. Marnie, have you been making what is your carrying weight? I mean, I've never had to deal with carry weights and encumbrance in D&D
God,
before,
I don't know.
and I kind of don't care. But also,
I can carry so much stuff now. I
okay.
don't know what to tell you. There you go. Your strength score multiplied by 15, so 18 times 15.
That's maths.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
It even says it here. This is the weight in pounds you can carry, which is high enough that most characters don't really usually have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Unless you become a hoarder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Marnie, the one of the corpses in front of you that's covered in welts and stings, this is a bugbear security guard. Mm-hmm. Actually, their boot is missing, and their foot seems okay. Their foot didn't get stung. Just hands and face.
Okay, I'm gonna crouch down and then look at the like, where did the boot go?
I mean, it's hard to tell. It feels like you can see the scuff marks on the floor where it was dragged off, but then it's like it was lifted into the air and disappeared.
Curious.
Foot smells.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Hello. Hello. It's nice to
Hello.
see you all in person. I'm Kimmer.
Hey.
There's a halfling.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Sort of sandy, shaggy hair, dressed in blue, standing in front of you.
But-
Oh, no, go on.
I was going to say, it's good to see you and all that. We want to get you to the office, Tusk's office, to get you out before we deal
Right.
with this. And we also have this staff, whoever has it. Can you tell us exactly how we need to use it?
Oh, great, yeah. Bear with, in the previous episode, Augury did identify the staff, right?
Yeah, we know how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a button underneath, and you have 3 charges.
It does a little cone forward.
Oh, yes.
15-foot cone, and each charge lasts 3 rounds. Kimmer will explain that again, unless anyone stops them.
No.
And where exactly? Is it just the one area that we need to go to, or is there multiple places that we need to go to activate and do it?
What's behind this door?
Well, that's the central Nexus hub chamber. Yes, okay, so that is where Dr. Durrani was building the Nexomancer. She really did not like that name, but that's what CEO Tusk told her she had to call it. So that is the contraption that is causing all this problem. She
What does a Nexomancer? Ronnie's fine with it, criticism. What does a Nexomancer look like and do?
We were working on interplanar research here and how to open portals to different places. So that's what it does. But see, we got this artifact that was supposed to charge it up and give it power and make it tune into the harmonics in a way that we couldn't get it to do otherwise. And we've got it, but Dr. Durrani was saying it needs something else to unlock it, like a key to get its full potential. So it's a bit unpredictable as it is right now. So she was just experimenting, and it went wrong.
How big is it? Will we be able to hit it with one blast of this thing? Where in the room is it?
Well, the wheel itself is about 1.5 feet big around, but that's the issue is there's the magic, right? The wild magic surges that is happening inside the room entirely. So that's the problem. That's why you can't just walk up to it and disconnect it. So that's why I thought having the staff there would be useful.
Okay.
But it should be fairly easy to just, like, once you get over to it, unclasp it, I think.
And it's like right in the middle of the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
So effectively, when we go in there, there's pretty much anything and everything that could come at us from absolutely anywhere until we get to dismantling it.
How big's the room?
It's I'm just scrolling through my notes. There's a lot of them.
Is that so, Kimmer?
I should know this off the top of my head. It's 50 foot by 50 foot.
And it's in like the middle of the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big room.
You know what they say, whenever you enter a big room, there's always chance of an encounter.
What?
Don't
Don't
say.
worry. Yeah, that's a saying that I've heard before.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's no possible chance of there being more of these devices that aren't down here anymore, that have like sort of gone out into the world. There is only one of them, isn't there? There isn't any more.
Well, we've not cracked the science of it yet, but the idea was to, once we'd figured out how to do it at this scale, was to replicate the results on a smaller scale to make it commercially viable to anyone.
That's never stopped scientists before.
Know if there are any arcane blueprints for this hanging about?
For the contraption itself,
Yeah.
why?
This
Sounds dangerous.
It sounds dangerous. We don't know who's going to get their hands on it, and honestly, I don't really want Tusk getting his hand on it again. With everything that's happened.
Well, we were trying to do things the safe way, and Dr. Durrani had a big argument with Tusk about it, and then we kept getting pushed to deadlines and things. So if I was able to get Dr. Durrani back, then we might be able to make it safe again.
Back? Why back?
She's disappeared.
Through the
Portal?
She set it off.
Necromancer.
She said, yeah, she set it off, and then she wasn't there anymore.
And now other things are all over the place.
Yes.
Right.
So it means that we cannot destroy it until we get Doctor back?
No, hopefully we won't need to destroy it. We just need to turn it off, right?
Sure.
But if it's
Oh, I see.
off, we cannot open a portal to bring Dr. Ronnie back.
Well, no, if we turn it off for now, and then I can regroup and have a word with CEO Tusk about funding and
You know what?
security and support, and we can, and maybe with your help, Augury, you're supposed to be clever. I know you've not even started yet. There's a lot of research for you to catch up on.
Where is Mr. Tusk?
I don't know. When everything came out, I hid, and every time I ventured out, everyone was dead. So I assumed that he got out because
Have you checked his office?
I've not ventured that far. But
Right.
I would assume that he would leave.
Well, let's check the office, because that's also our way out. And then we can deal with this, and then if there are any unforeseen problems and we need to get out quickly, we can just beeline back, grab you, and go.
Okay. Did
I
you want to?
may- Oh.
No, go ahead.
Instead of relying on Tusk's funding, I may have a better proposal for you, but we'll chat after. We'll chat after.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
Why is that interesting? I have many connections.
At this point, I don't have a job, so if you have a job for Day, you may have a job for me, right?
We'll see. We'll
Are
see.
Sorry, are you also? Were you assigned to the wrong department? Should you have also been research?
Oh,
you
no,
were-
I'm an administrator.
Oh, okay. Do
You know what? There's little enough left of this company now that it's not really worth it. Prepare to be shocked and amazed. For I, Indris Asunder, am no Asimir.
Oh.
Administrator. I am a Hexblood from the Misty Steppes Interplanar Travel Agency. There's not much here left to espionage now, and I don't trust this Tusk nonsense with this technology. So if you want to come and work for us, with people who are familiar with interplanar travel.
I'll look at Garnot, look at Granag, look back at Ingris, roll an insight check. It's a 19. Evie, that's an insight roll to see how much Ingris wants it to be a big secret that has just been revealed. Like, we all know because we've read various notes and worked it out, but if it's important to Ingris that it was a big secret, then it was important. Oh, I had no idea. Ingris, you kept that so secret, and wow.
No, I'm so
I
good
feel
at
so
my job.
betrayed.
Garnot, don't worry. No, don't worry, it's fine. It's not a betrayal of us. It's a betrayal of this whole... I don't know where I'm going with this. Help me out.
I think, do you know what? I think that's actually a very good thing. And now I understand the comments you were making about trusting and everything, and that's all the conversations we had. And Actually, do you know, I think I'm rather glad you're here because, quite honestly, I don't think I want to be working for this company in this current situation. So I'm glad that you're here to bring it all. Well, there's not much to bring down, is there, really?
No, that's why I figured I'd let the cat out of the bag. There's not much of a company left to espionage, you know.
I'm
And
no
it's a
expert
shocking-
on this, but I think that we'd all get better payouts and severance if you can blackmail the... It doesn't matter. This is for another conversation another time.
It wasn't all bad, I'd like to say. You know, they gave my brother Barney a job when no one else would, and they give us sausages, so... Did you bring sausages?
At this point, from Ingris's description of letting the cat out of the bag, I'm currently looking around the floor for Nix. Oh yeah, bagels.
Good
They
point.
didn't have
Ali,
sausage,
where
sorry.
has Nix been this
Entire time.
If it's not like next to me is trying to get a grasp on Roger.
It's constantly behind Garnot.
Always, constantly.
Playing
Sort of
cat and
walk around
mouse,
in
are we?
circles. Oh yeah, bagel. It's warm salmon, melted. It's now melted cheese and pickles, I think.
I'm gonna press
We
it
got a sausage! We specifically got sausages! That is a thing that we did. We went out of our way. Never mind.
I'm gonna prestidigitate the best flavor of like 5 stars Michelin restaurant sausage.
nice.
On a smoked
on.
salmon bagel?
Won't stop the salmonella.
Not so smoked, it's more just warmed.
Hey, Heston, what's the plan for the new dish? I'm going to make smoked salmon taste like sausages. Why?
Because why not?
Why is there a need for that? Is this... Have you been keeping it in your armor?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's all right. My friend who lives in there has been keeping it clean. It's all right. He's a rat. It's fine.
Okay. Just gonna put the bagel in their pocket for now.
It makes a soft squelching noise.
Yeah. You said that you were a spy for the Misty Steps Interplanar Travel Agency.
Thought it was just going to be a get in, get a bit of intel, get out, but this is... I wasn't trained for this. So if I can get this tech into hands that can actually use it and not misuse it,
That's...
thumbs up.
I know CEO Tusk was paranoid about spies coming in. I never thought any one of them actually would try. That's quite funny.
Yeah, I did pull down a lot of posters.
No, I can imagine. So you know about the Feywild?
Oh yeah, home sweet home.
I want to just... This is a problem that's not going away anytime soon and maybe getting worse.
No, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
I thought that would be really interesting
Ooh,
to
Ingrid, we're really
learn
surprised.
about.
Good. Like, we're good. Let's just do the thing.
Okay. Sorry. I appreciate your concern for me and wanting to take me to Tusk's office. There was a couple of things, though. I did try, after things went, to get in. These doors don't seem to be opening anymore. I think the force of whatever's happening inside has pushed all the doors don't open. So we might need to have a look to see if there's any other ways in. I think, as far as I know, this used to be used as some kind of shrine room. There might be little passages in little places that people might have hidden.
They took a dwarven shrine?
Gonna want to jump in there, and the cleric's going a little red in the face. I'm sorry, what? Can I'd like a little look around, please. Just make sure what kind of shrine we're talking about.
I'll help you, Father.
Okay.
Look at Kim with the dirtiest, like, what the hell?
I didn't do it. I'm relatively new here myself. Well, I was thinking if you lot want to have a look for that, Augury, there's still some of the research in Dr. Durrani's office that might be helpful for you to figure out how to stop this. So I don't know if you want to. I can show you where her office is, and then, well, you all have a look around here.
We'll be having a look. We'll be having a look now.
Yes.
I'll come with yourself and Augury.
Okay.
Well, as well, I might be able to get a little bit of insight. I mean, I may not be an administrator, but I'm also not the most expert. But I can look.
Well, I'm sure that's yeah. Although I don't know, has your spy training ever taught you to find like secret tunnels and all that?
On occasion. For the podcast listeners, I just shook my head and said no.
Nick, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Marnie and Grunak have gone off in a huff at this point to try and sort this shit out.
If anything, Grunak is for the one and only time in the entire thing, his optimism has dropped, and he's gone off going, "Fucking son of I don't want to believe it, the bloody cheek of it all," and stormed off. Although he would like to.
I'm alongside you, agreeing with you. You're right. That's unacceptable. You're right.
Unacceptable. But just before we go too far, I would like to quickly look over the two bodies and just kind of check, because you've said, because we'll notice that they're not. Something's different, and I want to see if I can work out what might have caused the welts and stuff on them.
Some kind of cosmic jellyfish is probably fine.
So should we say that the office group are already heading off by the time you're doing that?
Yeah.
And I'll come back to you in just a sec. If you want to make me an investigation check, and I will come back to it in a moment. So
we can do the stone cutting roll as well to look for dwarven shit.
Look for dwarven shit. Sure.
Yep.
Yes. So Augury, Garnet, and Ingress, you start following Kimmer down the corridor to the right. The corridor continues to be dark all the way down, but you've got your dark vision, so you can see there's little bits of rubble here and there, like odd plants that have been knocked over, or bits like maintenance trolleys and things that have been knocked over, and tools and stuff. So you're having to sort of step your way around things, but you're fine.
As we walk, I would like to ask Kimmer. Kimmer, what is the Doris from this section?
Oh, there was one in Dr. Durrani's office.
Okay. Doris, where is Doris? I'm gonna have a Doris to go with me.
I am here.
We may meet another Doris, so please be the best of you.
I can only be me.
This Doris will be the worst Doris.
I want a mega Doris.
I will try my best.
We need 5 of them.
It'd be like when I got my Google Home and my Alexa to talk to each other.
Very good. So you're heading down the corridor to the right. You end up walking what you assume is, halfway across the room inside, and then you take a left turn to go again this sort of square corridor situation. You start heading down that way, and Kimmer will lead you to a door on the right that is labelled Dr. Durrani's office. Before we go in, Grunak, how did you investigate the bodies?
Could it be argued that because I'm looking at welts and stuff, it could be medicine?
Yeah.
Great, that's much better. 16.
Medicine.
I'm trying to use the thing I rolled myself in, so let's go for it.
This rock is healthy.
Yeah, these stings. They look like boils and welts and stings from possibly the largest bee that you have ever seen.
Okay.
Put it on the wiki.
They already are.
Yeah, not having to be connected to anything going on in Neverwinter or anything right now.
There's still like bits of poison. You can't see any stingers or anything, but they look pretty unhappy, these welts. Like there's still poison inside. They don't look particularly fresh. Like we're talking a couple of days.
Oh, okay.
That's right. They'll have eaten each other to form one mega bee.
Actually, no, I tell a lie. It's not a couple of days. It's probably been about a day and a half.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
On the body, not on the body. It wouldn't be on the body. Nearby, though.
Yep.
You do find a note.
I get a note.
You get a note.
Grunak's first note. Yes. Okay, good. Yay.
Really, first one?
Yeah.
God.
I haven't done much investigating of bodies. I've mostly been like praying over them while you've all been going, oh, look, notes.
This is, this note is not on the body itself, I should say, because it doesn't make sense for it to be on the body. But if you, whilst you're looking at the body and trying to figure out, okay, well, if the doors are all closed, where might these giant bees have come from? You're sort of looking down the corridor a little bit, and this will lean into Marnie's role as well. You see there's a pot plant on the side, and just fallen down the side of it, there is a dirty rag that might have been used for cleaning the plant pots, and then next to it is this note.
Cool.
The voice of which is quite familiar, but just slightly different. Kimmer's boss, the scary half-elf lady, has disappeared. Word is, Mr. Tusk is furious after the other researcher ran off a couple of months back. I asked Kimmer if that means they're the boss of research now, and they said, no, there's other researchers there too, like Dr. Jeff, but we don't talk about them a lot because this is only supposed to be a short campaign and there's already too many background NPCs, whatever that means. Anyway, Kimmer thinks that Dr. Durrani didn't run off, but her research went wrong and poofed her away somewhere. Kimmer thinks they can figure it out, though, and get her back. Something about a giant bee grub and using a source from a different place. I didn't understand much of it, but I said, if they think they can, then I know they can. And if there's a chance of helping someone else out there, then they should do it, because that's the Keenfoot way. Fine.
Oh, he's so dead.
You know he's dead. You found his body.
That's the thing, like, oh, I wonder what killed him. That attitude, that's what killed him. Now, I rolled a nat 20 on the Stone Cunning checks, makes it a 28.
Incredible.
I see everything.
You see everything. So yeah, Grunak, you're sort of looking around, you notice this note, and your mind is already going, okay, where did the bees get out of? But Marnie is already like just round the corner and being like, I can see the sort of the shape of the flooring and the stones this way, and and you figure out that there's probably underground passages that run below this level that actually are more like air vents than the previous one, which was definitely a secret passage. And you can follow the corridor round. I mean, I don't know how far you want to go on your own, or whether you want to wait for Grunak.
Part of me wants to wait for Grunak because it's a nice, pleasant thing to do, and part of me goes, caution, wind, walking straight.
Right, okay. So you scoot round, and that pot plant there.
Mm-hmm.
You just scoot it aside. There is a grate. It's a grate.
Right.
That actually looks like it's been replaced, like it's not screwed down or wedged in place. It doesn't take, even with your strength, you wouldn't need it to just lift it up. And there it is. And it's the size, again, it's sort of designed for dwarves to crawl along it. But within that grate, immediately you can see around the edge, there are these large, thick, yellow bristles. Not a lot of them, just a couple. that are just right there that have been snagged on some of the wall on the inside of this vent. But it looks like it's heading directly inwards underneath the main
Would
chamber.
the rest of the party fit?
They would, yes, but it's like before, where it'd just be a bit more of a shimmy
Sure.
for Garnet and Aubrey.
Is there any indication from any of this which god the shrine inside used to be to?
Not from the vents itself, because it's just it's a service vent.
Okay.
Or, I mean, you could deduce that the room, being that it's right in the middle of the mountain, right in the middle of the facility, if anyone wanted to leave any votives or offerings or that kind of thing, like they wouldn't want to, they'd want the doors closed for privacy, but they wouldn't want it to get too stuffy. So that's probably why these are here.
Yeah.
And there are at the top, there's sort of carved into stone little drill holes, sort of not drill holes, but like nowhere near, like nothing really could get through them. But
so it's made for footfall. It's made for lots of people to be going in and out of, presumably going into mines afterwards. Okay. Are you hinting towards a particular god there, or are you just giving more information?
No, I was just giving some general information. But for your nat 20, though, once you are inside, I will be able to tell you exactly who they are. But you can't see anything right now, unless you were to get into the vent itself and crawl in to the room with lots of wild magic.
Oh.
I come around the corner. This exact
Marnie wouldn't do that. Chris might. Marnie wouldn't. So I'll look at that and go, right, and then scamper back towards Father Grunak. Father, found it. It's got like grating and vents for airflow. Clearly, big shrine inside, or some kind of lots of footfall. You know.
Right.
Oh,
yes.
You know what it says? It's got it carved above the doorway in Dwarvish. It says Panopticon.
Oh, right. There we go. Lovely. Right. Good. Yes, that makes sense then. Of course, there'd have to be a way in if everybody's going to be giving their offerings and praying inside.
Well,
makes
this
sense.
is right.
Well, we have a way in.
Meanwhile, oh no, please have a conversation.
Father, do you think this might have all gone wrong because the gods are angry? It's the kind of thing they do, right?
It's one outlook, I suppose. It's certainly an interesting one. But I always find that the gods tend to be angry and are more... Don't know. Do you think is there something that's bothering you about stuff you've done, or are you talking generally about this entire place?
No, I mean this.
Because I find it very odd. Well, I wouldn't be surprised actually if the gods had taken a bit of a dislike to what they've done to the police. I mean, take one look at it. It's
right?
Freaking outrageous.
These safety ratings. What are they thinking?
Oh, they're useless ones as well. They're no bloody use at all.
It's like they.
I tell you.
Like taking a shrine and putting a magical experimentation in it, and then, like, because
well,
whatever's going on with me right now, and I don't know what it is. It doesn't feel right, but I don't know how to.
What's going on with you right now? Do you mean you're
picking stuff up and things? I don't know
why
I'm doing it. I keep doing it. I picked up the grate. I've got to. I'm holding it right now. There's no reason to, but I'm holding it right now.
I noticed the grate in your hand. You are, Marnie. What are you doing with the grate? Why?
I don't know.
Can you put it down?
Yep.
Put it down then.
I don't want to.
All right. Okay, this is very strange. I don't... See, I know other clerics who could do something about this, but I don't think I can. I'm not really set for that.
If only we had some kind of, like, potion, like a restoration or something like that. That would work, wouldn't it?
It'd be so wonderful. I know. Did we find one?
If only.
Yeah, if
I am trying to recall, because I feel like we discussed this last time. Did Augury share what he found? He didn't, so I have no concept of it at all. Right, fair enough. So, yeah, well, I've got nothing, and there's not much I can do at this current point in time, but I will keep my eye on you, and I will make sure it's all fine. But I don't think it's... You're right, what they've done to this place is horrendous, and I'm going to see it put right, because quite frankly, not leaving a shrine like that to be corrupted by some researched magic hooliganism. It's rubbish.
I just feel like I'm cursed.
Well, if you are, I'll fix it for you. We'll get it sorted, don't you worry. At least all you're doing is picking up stuff. Eventually you're going to get tired and you won't be able to carry anymore.
Oh no.
So whilst this conversation's going on, I'm gonna pan out of that and pan into the bottle that is swinging at Augury's hip. Actually, where were you keeping it?
I've got it.
Oh, you are
I
holding
stole it
it.
last episode because I want all the things and I can't stop picking the things up. It's in my bag under boots. I didn't even put it in there.
Yeah, probably it's in the middle of everything. There is a bunch of other stuff already.
That glass is made of stone stuff.
But meanwhile, at Dr. Durrani's office, Kimmer is going to open the door and let you in. So the three of you, as you head in, it is impeccable. This office, there are desks. There's a desk. There's a workstation, but everything is neat. There's piles of papers, perfectly ordered. There are on the workstation. There are small pots and bins that are full of like little cogs and scraps of metal and bits of copper and watchmaking elements and research notes. But everything is ordered and everything has its place and it's in it. There's also, strangely, in the corner, there is a shrine it looks like carved in the shape of a dwarven god, which is also, it's small. It's probably about 2 foot tall, but has been kept beautifully, like has been kept clean. Doesn't look like there's any candles or offerings to it at all.
What ancestry was Dr. Durrani?
Half-elf.
Or is Doctor? Sorry?
Half-elven.
Half-elven. So Augury is gonna ask to leave the door open, just in case we have to run. And can I see the other doors?
Yes, yeah. It's just sat there. It doesn't look active at the moment.
I'm gonna step closer and signal Doris. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. I think
Doris?
I am ready.
Doris. Doris.
For the podcast listeners, Ali is tapping his webcam. That is exactly what the other Doris sees. It's just like, hello. Hello. May I help you?
Yes. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Augury. I was supposed to work
Pleased to meet you, Augury.
With Dr. Durrani. I'm actually looking after the hair, but also I want to introduce you to my friend Doris.
How are you looking after Dr. Durrani? Dr. Durrani has gone missing.
Well, it's very long story. Don't worry about it. We're taking care of it. We're just
I do worry. I do
clothes.
worry about Dr. Durrani.
Are you friends?
She has gone missing. I was supposed to help her, but she is not here for me to help.
How would you were supposed to help her?
With her research and with her construction of her tools.
So you know how to construct them? Did you witness how to, and do you have a record of that?
Scanning. Would you like me to build you another Nexomancer?
I look at, I look back to England like, Doris, I would love for you to build another one.
Have you been given security clearance to ask this task of me? I only answer to Dr. Durrani.
Yes, I have.
Where is your proof?
Here is my proof. I'm going to try to hack
Doris.
this. Doris. No. I'm gonna take out my thief tool and I'm gonna try to hack the central processing unit.
Okay. While Augury is doing this, Garnet, Ingress, is there anything else you would like to do?
It's in the corner. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to shout over, "Do not break her! She has information!" And I'd like to look around the office, I guess.
Sure. Do you want to make me an investigation check? Garnet, what you do?
Oh, that's all right.
My plan is to look around the office as well.
Do you want to
I got
roll?
a 19.
Oh, great. I was going to say, do you want to roll it with advantage, but there you go. Okay.
Let's see if it's not 20. It's not a nat 20.
Okay, that's fine. Garnet. I'll come back to Ingress in a moment. Garnet, the note that you find is a fully written out sort of diary entry journal like the ones that you've been used to. We'll be taking on more staff next week. I'm not sure if I can trust this new hire any more than Antoni. He has an opportunistic twinkle in his eye and his dress sense is uniquely exhibitionist. But he has a good nose for potential outcomes, and perhaps the pay packet will keep him on task, if not his interest in our research. I'm actually more intrigued by one of the new security guards Chief Rukiak has brought on. From my initial observations and interviews, they thrum with a great deal of interplanar potential energy, much like what was observed in Baldur's Gate last year. Influences from the positive and the negative energy planes and echoes of what could have been in alternate timelines. I don't have time to be distracted by side projects just now, but I'd be keen to run some tests given the opportunity. Meanwhile, we seem to have struck a bit of luck with our planar research. One of Tusk's contacts has acquired an artifact for us that I believe will boost the harmonic signal output enormously. Upon analysis, it seems its full potential requires some kind of magical key to unlock, but one that resonates at certain frequencies, not something I can recreate myself. I asked Tusk if it was possible to source the key too, and he said he would look into it, but pressed me to do what I could with the wheel regardless. I raised my concerns that the results would be less predictable, but he wafted in my face and offered me a glass of whiskey to toast our success. He's lucky he's funding me. That's what Garnet finds. And while Garnet is reading that, Ingress, you start leafing through some of the other piles of papers on the desk, and they're less journal-based. They're more scraps here and there, little bullet points and sketches. There's a sketch of a cog wheel and notes about using it as a power source. And then there's something else about needs a focus, something from a different plane. There's another note about one of the plants in the research labs grew a strange fleshy growth. And then further down, something pops out at you that this fleshy growth, when tested, resonated strangely. It had different harmonics to the material plane.
These the ones that we burnt.
The ones that you burnt. What do you mean?
The fungus.
That was a room with lots of plants.
No.
Have we run into these?
No.
Does it say where they are?
suggests one of the plants in the research labs a little while ago was just one plant unusually seemed to grow a strange fleshy lump on it, which obviously all the scientists were like, let's take it off and dissect it and prod it. So you gather that others that specialized in biology-based sciences would have done that, whereas Dr. Durrani is much more interested in planar energies and frequencies and that kind of thing. So she's done experiments on that level and has discovered that it's not from here.
Darn it, Kimmer, I found something.
Oh?
What's that?
So I've got the plans, I've got bullet points, all Gucci, whatever that means. But the growth, do you know what happened to it?
The growth?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just something strange on a plant. Like, we'd not spotted any others on any of the other plants. It's not appeared anywhere else. So everyone just sort of had a poke and a prod, really, because, science.
Was any connection found to the planar science going on? It sounds like it would be connected.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Durrani thought that it was from a different plane, but we're not sure how it got there. This was before everything else.
This was before, okay.
Yeah.
And never popped up again?
Not that we saw.
Okay.
Dwarven curse.
Although, it was sort of... None of the rest of them really paid attention to him, but it was something sort of like... So my brother Barney did a lot of the cleaning and the maintenance, and he did say that sometimes you'd find, like, strange... Like, the puddles were thick. Not like...
Yeah,
not like these puddles. Not like the puddles that burn you. Not like oozes or anything like that, but it's just a normal puddle, a normal spillage, but the water was like viscous and thick. And then sometimes it would have like a layer of skin on it. And he's been saying this for a little while, and no one's really been paying attention to it.
Sounds a little important. It sounds like we've got to get this contained.
Sounds like that might be an issue.
Not my circus, not my monkey.
Sounds like people should have listened to whatever his name was. I've forgotten.
Barney.
Barney. I should have listened to Barney a bit more.
A lot of us should have listened to Barney a bit more. Sorry.
Are you going to want to trek back up there to recover the body, or are you okay to just kind of leave?
I don't know. Do you think it'd be dangerous?
There?
Okay. I'll plant something for him when we get out.
I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
I think you made a good point before, about how this place has not been as good for us as maybe I'd given it credit for, and I don't know, maybe we should talk about your offer. I know Doris said that she might be able to recreate some of Dr. Durrani's research if you unlocked her, but I do think there were some... I have vague recollections of blueprints and things. It was in one of the other offices. We could go and have a look and see if we could find something, if you want.
That would be perfect, just in case, the hacker man over there doesn't, come up with anything.
I'm sure he's going to do great. Should we go then? Yeah.
Garnet, do you want to come with, or do you want to watch over whatever chaos is happening in the corner?
I think it might be best if I watch over the chaos in the corner for the minute. But I'll follow along in a minute.
All right. Kimmer will lead you, Ingress, out. I'll be with you.
Out of game, I have some questions for Kimmer, but I don't know but I'm really distracted with that thing. It's up to you if you want them to go.
You could. I mean, it sounds like their intention is to come back pretty quickly.
We go. Can I discreetly pull out a tooth and just kind of pop it in Garnet's pocket?
Cool. So Kimmer is going to lead you to the right down this corridor. So you're carrying on along the up-down side of this square, and then we'll take you round a corner. So you're pretty much the opposite side of the central Nexus hub chamber from where you were to start with, towards one of the offices. While you're walking there, Marnie, Grinak, what's your plan? Are you just going to have your conversation and wait for the others to come back, or?
Grumbling in Dwarvish takes a long time.
Okay, sure.
We'll grumble in Dwarvish, and then if they've taken forever, we'll go and find them.
Fair enough.
I'm still convinced that we're all cursed.
I would actually, after we've had that conversation, I would have been, I think we're probably best. I'll ask Kimmer. Maybe Kimmer will know something. You got a potion of fire breathing before. Maybe Kimmer knows where there might be something else that could help you.
Well, I don't think a potion's going to help if a dwarven god has cursed everything in this area, Father.
No, very true. But we can start with the small thing. That's how you do these things. You start small and you go big. Even the gods like to work in that sort of a fashion. Sometimes they work the other way around. But occasionally, all it takes is a small pebble to make an entire avalanche.
Right, you are, Father.
Okay, back in the office. Augury, you are working on the Doris. Garnet, could you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
I would like to re-roll that using my my hobgoblin racial feature. That was an 8. Fortune from the many, it's called. Come on, click it. There we go. And then wisdom saving throw again. 17.
Nice. Good. You feel like something was trying to affect you. Like you notice, you shake off. You have this warm feeling coming across you of just trust. And then you realize, hang on, something's not right here, and you sort of shake it off. So you look around. Kimmer is behind you.
Where's Ingress?
Gone down the corridor.
What was that about you, Kima?
Oh, what? Sorry?
Well, I mean, I'm a hobgoblin, for one. It's very difficult to try and charm one of us. So, what was that you just tried doing, and where's Ingress?
I didn't do anything. I...
Insight check.
All right, go on, insight check. Augury,
Yes.
please make me a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 5.
No, please.
Oh. Oh, no.
Would you like to
that's
read out for the class what we just
Natural
rolled?
1 plus
Mm-hmm.
0.
Mm-hmm.
So it was meant to be.
Garnet, as you question Kimmer and Kimmer starts to stutter, you can't quite tell what they're playing at until they give up and their face stretches and stretches and grows. This happens, I'm narrating it slowly, but this happens in an instant. It just and wraps around Augury's head and just starts forming
having
itself around Augury and pulsating slightly. Augury,
Yes.
can you please take me 19 psychic damage? And I think we ought to all roll initiative.
19.
I've never trusted Kima.
I mean, it's Kimmer.
That's why I never trusted them. I got the name wrong.
I mean, I'm glad I put a tooth in your pocket to warn you Kimmer might be evil, but it feels like too late now.
It's a 5 on initiative, which makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
10.
13.
5 for Marnie's, 10 for Garnet, 13 for Ingress,
3.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, Grunak.
Look, we're being affronted in Dwarvish. It takes time.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Got to give anybody advantage, dang it.
before we start any round, I'm going to receive damage. Can I use Hellish Rebuke on that
Yeah.
damage?
Please do. Yeah.
So that's a second level. Could you please make me a dexterity saving throw?
Sure.
13.
That is a 16.
So you take half, so that is 8 points of fire damage as the infernal ancestry of Ogre tries to free him
Actually, no,
from
I'll be
this.
fair to you. I'll roll that at disadvantage because what you're trying to hit is wrapped around your face. So,
Dex save.
no, that was better. So half damage,
Yeah. So 8.
8 damage. Great. Thank you. Lovely stuff. So, Augury, as this thing is wrapped around you, you feel your brain just starts going, whoa, as if, I don't know if you've ever had those days where none of the connections seem to be working right. Yeah. You suddenly feel like this thing is draining your mental capacity. Could you please roll me a d4?
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, Chris.
That's a 2.
Okay. Until this is sorted, could you please deduct 2 from your ability checks and attack rolls that you make?
Yeah.
Right. It is your turn.
It is indeed.
You are, I don't believe you are grappled.
You tell me.
I'm just rereading it.
Do I have?
Mooched.
No, you're not grappled. So you have your movement, you can attack. There's just this thing is like glomped onto your head a bit.
Good. As an action, I'm going to cast. I've been watching Ingress to use shadows in her advantage. So I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade. No, wait, no, that's a bonus action. No, yes, no.
Sounds like the mental connections are not.
Wait. So I'm not grappled, so I can still move. Okay.
Yeah. There'll be attacks opportunity there, man.
Okay. No, forget about that. So, that was another. Sorry. So with the bonus action, I only invoke it. But I don't make any attack, right?
You attack with your action. Yeah.
So, no, I'm not going to do that. As my action, I'm going to cast Booming Blade. So I take just the hilt of my sword, and then like my laser sword comes, and I'm gonna swing at it with -2. You said, right?
Yes, please.
Yes. So actions, my rapier, and whatever is. And that is a natural 1 for 6 -2. So obviously, it's like, oh my god, what is going on? Never mind.
Garnet, you
Bonus
can see like
action.
Kimmer's feet are still there, but the rest of the body is extended in this kind of like oozy like form that's grabbing onto Augury, and Augury is flailing, and this kind of oozy form is also going like slopping about.
Bonus action, dodge.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna use my movement to get as opposite corner in this room.
Nice.
Can I actually, with my movement, get behind Garnet?
Yeah, sure. We've not really defined the geography of this room too well. It's not huge. It's probably about 10 foot by 20 foot total.
So I'm gonna try to get out of the room. Oh no, but what we established that is that Kimmer is outside the room, and then Garnet.
You're in the room. Garnet was sort of next to you-ish, and Kimmer was in the doorway of the room.
Okay.
The feet were.
I'm just
So
gonna.
you could still technically bustle to the other side of the what's it called? The sort of simulacrum, the impersonation of Kimmer.
Yeah.
You could bustle to the other side of it without leaving its attack range. Technically, because it's stretched out.
No, I'm going to go opposite. So I want to be the creature, Garnet, myself.
Okay, so you'd staying in the room.
Yeah. I'm moving out of the range, so opportunity attack, but I dodge, so disadvantage, please. If you decide to make an opportunity attack.
Oh, they'll try. Okay, that's still a 23 to hit you.
That hits.
I'm afraid. Well, this is gonna hit heavy.
Yep.
Okay.
These things are nasty.
That is 12 acid damage.
12. Augury is very, very damaged. As a reaction, I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke again.
Yep, great.
So could you please...
Dex save?
Yes, 13.
That is an 11.
Good, so you take 11 points of fire damage as again my...
Oh, I forgot Hellish Rebuke was fire damage. I don't know why I forgot that, because it's right there in the name. The first time your Hellish Rebuke hit, you got the impression that it was deeply unhappy about this.
So the first one was instead of 8. So you mean it has...
Vulnerability.
It does not have vulnerability to it, but you do get the sense that actually, even if you hadn't dodged, it would have been flailing wildly to hit you rather than a precise attack.
Something like fire. Fire bad.
So, okay. So 8
So
and...
please roll your damage for the Hellish Rebuke. The
11.
second.
The second one is 11.
Great.
Yes. And that's my turn.
Great. It is the Oblex's turn. It's gonna turn to look at Garnet. I say turn, I mean it's... Yeah, this is gelatinous form. Ingress, by the way, walking down the corridor, you've turned the corner. So you are, I'm going to say you are 30 feet away from this door, but you have turned the corner. So you can probably hear, your passive perception's average at best.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Augury the benefit of the doubt and say that Augury was doing screaming and flailing.
Augury cast Booming Blade, which I believe makes a very, very loud noise.
But the Oblex hasn't moved yet, so it's not set it off, right?
And it didn't hit.
Oh, no.
It didn't hit.
Sorry, no matter.
But you can hear from down the corridor. I mean, you've heard Augury in a fight before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever those noises are. Scuffles,
Pleasant one.
upset. I imagine Garnet, I mean, talking is a free action. I imagine words may have been said, perhaps.
Oh, yes. Words that I cannot say before the watershed time.
Okay. No, we are still before the watershed. Fair enough.
Doesn't matter on Twitch. Do what you like.
Ingress, as you hear this, the Kimmer that is next to you just disappears. Just turns into a big pile of water and disappears. And the door that they were leading you to opens, and inside is a mass of faces in ooze in this cupboard, just pulsating and going just looking down on you. And we'll see what it does after the break.
It's all fun until there's a cupboard full of ooze.
Even the best of times, Oblexes are awful.
Surely a cupboard full of ooze is what makes a party. No?
Depends on the party.
Yeah, that's true. All right, catch you after the break, peeps. Bye. Welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of part 4. And everything is fine.
Is it though?
I think so. You've all made new friends.
Okay.
You-
For the benefit of the audience, Nat's just outlined all the ways that this was hinted at for the entire time, and they were all brilliant hints, and none of us got it. Yep.
Halflings can't see in the dark. It's also smelly of sulfurous. Oh well. I believe we are mid-combat. And I believe Ingress has been led away by an impersonation of Kimmer to a totally different place. And the door is opened, and she's been confronted by this blobby body full of faces in the cupboard.
Wall of oozy faces.
Every house needs one. Do you not have one in your house? The cupboard full of ooze? Okay. It is, if a blobby pile of oozy faces could smile, this one would.
Do all the faces smile?
Yeah.
Oh. Worse.
And you hear a whole bunch of voices. One, you can kind of recognize Kimmer's voice in amongst a cacophony. And they all say together, I've always wanted to know more about the Feywild. Would you please make me a wisdom saving throw, Ingress?
Oh.
Hi. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Oh.
Well
Oh,
done.
nice. Amazing. Yeah, this ooze kind of tries to wrap itself around you, but you can feel the sort of the psychic pressure of it's trying to probe into your mind and take your memories, but you're just too willful. Gosh darn it. And I think
It has horns on it. They just kind of.
yeah.
Ouch.
Well, I mean, Augury has had horns on it, but you know,
That's true.
Augury was more willing to let ooze wrap around his head. I don't know.
What can I say? It's my jam.
Given the choice, I mean, yeah.
Whereas I don't think anyone is surprised that Ingress is like, no, thank you. Fine. It kind of retracts and looks disappointed. Garnet, back in Dr. Durrani's office. The form of Kimmer's feet that is that's stretched and wrapped around Augury will disengage from Augury. I'm assuming a 23 and a 26 will hit you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Dear.
Okay. That is. The pseudopods are going to pull away from Augury and then whip round. Oh no, because Augury detached and snuck round behind you, but the sort of this tall blobby, it's like the wacky flailing inflatable tube man, but without the arms, just the body. But of ooze, I was gonna split into two and whip round and whack you both times. These do hit hard. That is a 16 damage and a 12 damage. Please.
I look almost bloodied
Oh no.
in one hit.
Well,
Two hits. It's fine. Your backup's gonna notice something's going on any time now, I'm sure. When they've stopped grumbling about misappropriation of space. It's fine. How far can dwarves run again? Oh.
Just you.
Good. Ingress, it's your turn.
God, what am I gonna do? Okay.
there's a wall of oozy faces.
I'm trying to. It probably. I've got to deal with. I've got to try and deal with the wall before I help anyone else, really. Because if I just run, it's just gonna. Okay, so yes, I think I shall do that with my bonus action. I'm going to summon a Hound of Ill Omen.
Nice.
So, like
Ominous.
from the corners of the rooms, just the shadows just seem to come together and coalesce in their own puddle, and from it arises a medium-sized dog. It's very big. It is it is a corgi, but it is angry.
Oh
I
god.
think I've ever seen a corgi angry.
But in the
Don't
grand
want
scheme
to.
of like D&D sizes, a regular corgi would be what? Tiny?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is like
Wow.
this is a really big
5 foot
corgi.
Wait, is it 5 foot long but still with stubby legs? Or is it
Say
5 foot
for the-
tall?
But then it'd be, I think, so a medium creature of a dog. I'd say it's probably like 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's big.
Imagine that corgi butt. That shadow corgi butt.
So much butt. Excellent.
And
We're all
as
pleased this is it.
and I say to it, Noctum, go get him. And I roll initiative for Noctum, my Hound of Ill
Oh,
Omen.
the Noctum can go after you. That's fine.
Excellent, good. And I will use my main action to. Yes, I will cast Fireball. I'm just going to Fireball it.
Fuck it.
I'm just going for it. Can it please make me a dex save?
I mean, it can try. It's at disadvantage, actually, because it's just had its new turn.
Yeah.
But even with a flat roll, that was a 7. So
Nice, that does not meet
Throw a
it.
file into the room and just close the door.
Yeah.
And Noctum can go through the door if it's closed. So
great.
Right.
cool. I will do that damage, which is 8d6. Let me get those. 1,
I'm assuming,
3.
do you have to be out of range of your fireball for it to not hurt you? Is it just other people?
No, it can
Actually,
hit the
outrage.
person who casts it.
Oh. Okay, so how big was the room in which?
I mean, it was a large cupboard. It's like 10 foot by 10 foot at best. At best.
No.
Back?
Maybe it will blast me backwards down the corridor and away from it. Do I have to
You
make my
die.
own?
This will be on
Choices.
you.
Yes, it will.
Choices.
Yes. Do I need to make a dex save against my own spell?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Ooh,
For
ooh,
metamagic-
that is a 16.
Okay, do you not?
Which meets it and beats it.
Okay, do you not have metamagic careful spell?
I have Metamagic Quicken Spell and Subtle Spell.
You could subtly blow your own head off.
That's true. But I need to go out with a bang if I'm going to go out like this.
Yes.
Ingress
Baller
likes
move.
to control her own
Let's be
destiny.
baller move.
That's 10, 20, 23 fire damage,
Spicy.
which means that I take half of that probably.
11.
Thank you.
Thank you, maths.
Damage. I'm fine. I'm just a little singed. Like my wings.
Hey, Nat, did we hear that massive explosion?
I think you might have, yes.
It's like a ton of flame just blast around a corner that went here.
I mean, it's a good thing I've not put anything else on this floor that might have been attracted to. Anyway, anything
Well,
else?
it's Noctum's turn now.
Yeah, Noctum is it? Your dog?
Noctum, yeah.
Noctum, amazing,
Noctum, the shadow corgi.
perfect.
Cool, and is now drawn towards this one creature. Can only attack this creature, and is going to go in with a bite.
Bite it.
For a 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 to hit.
Will hit. It's a big blob. Tastes sour.
Okay, and okay, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 piercing damage. And can this thing be knocked prone?
It's a big blob.
And let's not bother with the strength save.
Big blobbo goo. Incredible scenes. What, I mean, is Noctum just going in having like a nip at the ankles kind of nip that just does all this kind of damage? Or is Noctum barking, growling?
Tim is going ham on it. It's like this blob is a ham.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
And I'm guessing closing the door on them would be more of an action, so I can't really do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a basic object interaction. So that, I can't remember. Is that an action or is that that's a DM's discretion?
It's fiat, yeah.
Yeah, feel free to close the door if you like.
I'll close the door on that scene.
Sure.
Nope.
Fine. Goodbye.
Pretty much that's the entire campaign.
Are you using any movement?
If the door's closed, it means it can't see you, so you can fuck off.
Oh yeah. Once that door is closed, I'm going back the other way.
It will get an attack of opportunity
Oh.
because there is a thread of its ooze all the way down this corridor leading to not Kimmer. So it can see you. So it will make a pseudopod attack. It was not really perceptible at all in the dark because there's not really any light to shine or bounce off it to catch your attention. Exactly. But it will ooze out of the ground. It almost feels like this pseudopod will come and swing at you for a 14 to hit.
Sure hits.
Nice. You definitely dodge out of the way. Excellent stuff. Is that everything, Ingress?
It is everything, yes.
In that case, Garnot.
Does this creature look like it is implanted in the floor, or is it just the legs, like normal legs, not ingrained in the floor sort of thing?
No, it's just normal legs. Well, except they look more oozy now, but it doesn't look like it's stuck to the floor. I'm not sure what the question is.
No, I just wanted to know if it was implanted in the floor because it's in the doorway and we need to try and get past it.
You can try and get past it if you like.
I need to try and move it.
Sure. You feel like you could shove it telepathically if that's what you were trying to do.
I can't shove it telepathically because it needs to be a willing creature. But what I would like to do is turn to Augury and say, when I give the signal, which you're going to see, go. Run for it. And I was going to turn to the creature, and I look pissed.
Oh.
We liked you, you naughty thing, you. I really don't like the fact that you've gone and betrayed us, and you've made us look like idiots, and you're trying to melt my friends. Look at his nipples, they're nearly melted off. I really don't, and I'm just going to throw both my hands out to the side, and the two of the largest desks in the room begin to glow white. I'm going to pick one up and throw it at the creature's feet to try and knock it like in the air, and then I'll use my action surge to throw the other one at it to knock it out of the room.
Incredible scenes.
I'm bending rules and doing bullshittery stuff like I normally do. So,
I mean, Dr. Durrani, were she here, would be very displeased at the chaos that is happening to all of her belongings. Okay. If you are throwing something telekinetically, what skill, because it's not magic, it's just your latent psychic abilities. When you do your telepathic stuff, does that come from a place of wisdom, intelligence, or charisma? Or are you intelligence? Right, okay. Do you want to make me an attack roll with your intelligence plus proficiency? Because this is your thing.
I will add proficiency to this roll that I'm making now. That's a 13.
13 total. Will not hit, I'm afraid. But you push it back, so it's the feet and the sort of the flailing ooze figure is out of the room and out of the doorway and against the wall.
I'll lob the other one at it as well, just to make sure, because I'm doing the action twice.
Sure. Maybe another attack roll.
Same roll.
Oh, good.
Actually, I will use my last from the Fortunes of the Many, or whatever it is that I have to re-roll that, because I can do it on attack rolls if they fail. Nope, that was worse. Ooh. So I'll keep the first roll, 13.
I'm afraid that will not hit. You throw the table and it splinters against the wall, and as you look where it would have hit, you look down and you see there's just a big puddle of ooze on the floor, and it's just collapsed out of the way of the table and then begins to slowly rise again.
As it slowly begins to rise, I peg it out of the room.
Fair. Which way are you going? Are you going to the right, which would be towards where Ingress went, or to the left and then right, which is the way that towards Marnie's and Grenac?
Towards Marnie's and Grenac.
Okay, cool. So you've probably made it 25 foot round that corridor because you were in the room.
And I'm going shit as I run in, trying to get the other two's attention to follow me.
Marnie's, it is your turn. You have heard a lot.
Yeah. So, is it obvious to go to the left or to the right?
From where you are, if you were to go to, because you're the opposite side, if you were to go to the right, that seems to go towards the sound of Garnet running and the table that just smashed. It sounded distinctly like a table or two crashing against a wall.
Sure,
it's a distinct sound. Yeah. If you were to go to the left, that sounds as if you would be heading towards a big fireball noise that you just heard, a yappy, very it's a weird, deep and yappy bark at the same time.
Did you hear that, Father?
Yes, I did.
Well, they're clearly in trouble, but I don't know which. Looking left and right, full of indecision. I don't know where the trouble is.
None of it's good.
No.
Which way did they go originally?
Left.
From where you're looking, I'm assuming you're looking at what would be the wall of the central chamber. They originally would have gone the way around to the right.
Right, sorry.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. if you're looking for advice, I think all I would say is like they went that way. It's the clearest choice.
As soon as you say they went that way, I will just start sprinting the way that they went. Seems the obvious choice, really.
From where you are, you could probably make it back to the doors of the where you started, but you can see Garnet not far.
What's happening?
Big, oozy, slimy thing tried to bite Augury's nipples off.
Where's Augury?
Tried to put their nipples back. They're back there. They're following. I don't know where Ingress is. I'm worried.
Father, go the other way! And I will dash
Sorry, it's large.
to go from where Garnot came to try and see if Augury is actually following. How far do I get?
If you were to go another 25 feet, you would get to the corner of the left turn that you would need to make.
Sure.
And you could see that the room is not far ahead on the right side. So you can actually see this flailing ooze tube. You can't see Augury at the moment. You could probably hear him if he's making noise.
Augury, does it sound like you're on your way out? Or does it sound like you're stuck? Yeah, it sounds like you're stuck. Okay. Marnie will panic slightly because they can't get there in time and their friend's in danger. And in that moment, as a bonus action, I will summon the Echo, which will appear in the room. I can attack through the Echo if I action surge, which I shall. And then I can make 3 attacks from the Echo's position. And the Echo's more competent than me anyway, it seems. So the Echo appears in the room and can see this jello menacing Augury behind the desk, yeah?
So the jello is not in the room. The jello is in the corridor opposite the entrance to the room, but Augury is hidden in the room.
Okay, then the Echo will just start attacking.
Augury, you see this Echo that you've been wondering about just appears in front of you, heroically.
Yep, here we go. 3 attacks. 9.
Oh, misses.
13.
Oh, misses.
16.
Does hit.
There we go. For 9 points of damage.
Great.
And it's just going to stay there. Marnie running up from behind.
Good stuff. Action and bonus and action surge and all that. Grunak.
RTO shall do, and I run around the other direction. How far do I get?
From where you are, you can make it roughly to a cupboard that seems to have this weird, sonorous yet yappy bark coming from it. And you can see Ingress running. You just see like Ingress's like feet as she goes round the corner.
Why are we in noises off? What is this shit?
I will say my heels are on fire as well.
Oh, nice.
Right. How far can I get if I dash?
If you dash, you could probably catch up with Ingress. Like you can get to the far corner.
Cool.
You're basically you'd match Marnie's, so you'd both be at these corners, but you can't get to the office in the center.
Okay.
But there's a really interesting sounding cupboard right there. Do you want to open the cupboard?
No, of course not.
You don't know what's in there.
Talking's a free action. Talking's a free fucking action. It's just right there.
Exactly. Let me get into the reason why I'm not going to go into that cupboard. Ingress! What?
There's a blob. There's a big blob.
What? In there?
In there. Do not open that door.
Okay, good. I'm coming to you. And I will run forward, and as I'm doing it, I will grab my symbol, and as a bonus action from afar, I will cast Shield of Faith, and Ingress now has +2 to her AC.
Nice.
For the time being. and I'll get over there and be like, right, Bob, you said, and what was the happen?
Oh, that was Noct, my shadow corgi.
Lovely. Glad he could join. Right, what are we doing? Let's go. There you go.
Great stuff. That's everything, huh?
That's it. Yep, I have bonus action. I dashed for an action, so yes.
Splendid. Back round to the top to Augury. Garnet has abandoned you. But
when
the
I
echo
see the echo, right?
It's right there.
Follow.
Oh. Action. I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna choose the echo.
Interesting.
What is the echo thinking?
Interesting. Chris.
Okay. The echo is a shade from the negative energy. It saw Marnie defending people during the gloom in Baldur's Gate, and it thought that was cool, and that it would like to do the same thing. And now it follows them around, trying to duplicate their every action.
Nice. I'm gonna try to get out of the room, but not get away. So sort of 10 feet outside the room, so I can see the creature and the echo and whoever is in the corridor.
Me at the moment.
And Garnet, I think.
Yeah.
Although, because of rules, Garnet's probably run past and Marnie has run past the other way. So we're waiting for Garnet's turn for him to do like a heel turn and run back. Yes.
Apart from the obvious creatures that I can see, do I detect any other thoughts? Of creatures with a language and more than 3 of intelligence.
No.
Good. Bonus action dodge with cunning action, and that's gonna be my turn.
Wait, what is the range?
30 feet, and it could go up to 5 feet of stone,
Right.
and I think 1 inch of
Lead. Lead's normally the blocking thing.
Yeah. No, nothing else.
Good.
Just your
That's it. As Algory tries to cover his nipples, like, oh, they hurt. Actually, I think I'm gonna put like a knee on the floor because it's very, very damaged.
Oh no.
Yes.
Very good. So Augury, you are sort of just outside the office, a little bit to the left towards Marnie's and Garnet. The Oblex, the flailing tube Oblex that's by the entrance, is going to turn. Let's see, how far away is everyone?
The echo's right there.
Yes. It's not too happy with that echo. I think, yes, it's going to swing out at the echo. It's going to split in two and swing out to do 2 attacks towards it.
It has an AC.
That is rolling well. There's a 26 and a 14 to hit.
The 26.
Silver bar.
Oh, that's very nice.
Nice.
Actually, you know what? It should be taking these at disadvantage anyway, actually, so save your silvery barbs. No, it is its turn now. Until the end of its next turn, no. So it should be, because it got fireballed. So that 26 was the 14.
Okay.
And then the second attack is a 15.
Doesn't hit.
Yeah.
The echo will use its shield, much like Marnie would. Yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff. Meanwhile, Grunak and Ingris, you're running along this slug trail to get back towards everyone else.
We'll say that the big mound is still being attacked by the Corgi of Ill Omen.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Keep in mind.
there's just a lot of ooze, you know, and it can simultaneously be attacking the echo, being attacked by the hound, and rise up out of this trail to try and glump Ingress again. It's already got Augury's memories. It kind of doesn't care about Augury anymore, but the Feywild, that sounds delicious. Can you please make me another wisdom saving throw?
Come on.
Oh no. That was a 5.
I'll roll it. Oh, you are lucky. The ooze that rises up out of this slug trail, Grunak, you see right next to you, whips round Ingress, and this time it feels like it psychically latches on. Ingress, you can feel the memories of your home just being pulled out of your brain to the tune of 12 psychic damage, please.
Awful.
And then
Could you please roll me a
barely.
d4?
D4.
Mm-hmm.
1.
1, okay. All of your attack rolls and saving throws are -1 for the foreseeable.
Okay.
Good. The Oblex is just like, nom 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 nom, delicious, delicious, delicious. Ingress, it is your turn.
Cool. I am going to use bonus action to summon my Shadow Blade.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And try and this is the final combat. I'm using 3rd level. And then try and just kind of get it off. Oh! So I will, with a -1. Okay, so that is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 30, 20 still.
Oh, nice. That will hit.
Cool, and that is 3 d8s. D8s are always the hardest to find because they're the weirdest shape. 8. I'm panicking.
They're the big pointy triangles.
Yes, okay. Okay, so that is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 19 slashing damage.
Nice.
Nat,
Chris?
I have a super annoying rules question.
Oh, yes.
I have the feat Sentinel,
Yes.
which technically means that if a creature attacks another creature while I'm within 5 feet of it, I get to attack it by using my reaction. I count as being in my echo's space and can make opportunity attacks from the space of my echo, and the Oblex technically is different versions of itself extruded to different locations. So can my echo make an opportunity attack against the Oblex that is out here, against the strand that is out here, because part of the strand over there attacked Ingress? World's most annoying question, I know.
I know. You know what? I think I will allow. I think the gloopy flailing tube in front of you is. You could tell it feels like, whilst it has attacked the echo, a lot of its focus has really been on delicious Feywild. Tell me all about it. So the echo is ruthless enough to be able to dive in.
Then we will take the attack. 23
That will hit.
for another 9 points of damage.
Great. It is starting to look chipped away at. Like, the bits that have been attacked, you can see, I mean, there's puddles on the floor that don't seem to be rejoining with the tube.
Shades of Oblex.
Garnot.
Oh.
Shadow Corgi.
Oh no, the Shadow Corgi gets to go. Go,
Yeah.
Shadow Corgi.
Eat the
Delicious blob. I don't know. So that is
jelly.
Imagine a corgi Zord.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go Shadow Corgis. Oh,
What colour Megazord with Shadow Corgi? I suppose it'd be black, wouldn't it?
Well, it's a shadow.
Shadows. Yeah.
Another 12 piercing damage.
Nice.
Well, if we're going for proper mecha style, no, it's Final Fantasy, isn't it? Because it's Final Fantasy through Ingress. So yeah, blacks and silvers. Everything's cool in Final Fantasy world.
Like super cool.
Yeah, nothing looks apart from Final Fantasy 9, which is the best one.
Garnet.
As I run past Marnie, I'm going to sort of stop on my heels, turn back round, and charge back with them. And as I get round the corner, I just pull out one of the crappy short swords, and I'm going to swing around and attack the same creature twice.
Great.
Yes, that is what I want to do this turn. Sorry, I just like, hang on, is that what I want to do? No, it is. A natural 1.
Oh,
No.
I'm not doing very well this combat. I'm going to roll again.
maybe you're shaken.
That's a dirty 20 on the second one.
That one will hit.
Not realizing he cares about augury so much that it's affecting his combat ability. Is this a meet cute?
As I run around the corner, I don't see augury because augury's hiding, and a streak of panic goes through me because I think they've been eaten, and I just go, "Ah!" Miss completely and hit the stonework. As the recoil bounces off, I let the blade go, catch it, and then backhand it straight and stab it. As I do, this white pulse of energy comes from the blade as I will put some psionic power into it. That is 8 points of piercing damage, and where is my sonic strike? And 5 points of force damage.
Great stuff.
And then as my bonus action, I would like to just take a minute just to breathe and gather myself and use second wind. Get back. Ooh, 13 hit points. That's my turn.
Lovely stuff. Marnie's.
Seeing Grunak and Ingress, you're rounding the corner on the far side, right? So I can see you all the way down the other end of this bit. Is this it? Is this the thing?
Something like it.
Then Marnie will run in and...
non-committal, like, oh, I suppose.
like, is there another bigger blob over there? Doesn't matter. Marnie will join the fray and be fighting alongside Grunak and the Echo. And I will once again use the Echo's extra attack ability to get 3 attacks. Let's do this. We have 24.
That will hit.
22.
Yep.
24. There it is.
Dang.
14 damage, 7 damage, and another 14. So a total of 35.
What does this look like?
Marnie will run in and the Echo will work in tandem to draw its attention. Then Marnie can leap in and stab twice. The Echo will just swing around as well, and all 3 attacks will just destroy it.
Incredible. The wacky flailing inflatable tube ooze will just, bits of it will fly off everywhere and just collapse and not reform. Ingress, are you connected to your hound at all?
I believe that I am, but I can't see through their eyes.
Right, sure. You get the sense that it's stopped fighting.
I think in previous combats, the Echo has disappeared immediately after, or Marnie has. Can I just use my detect thoughts before it leaves?
Sure.
So as an action, I'm gonna dip into the.
If we're going to do that, great. Put a pin in it just a sec. If we're technically still in initiative, Grunak, is there anything you would like to do? Because it's technically your turn next. I'm sorry you didn't get close enough to whack it. But
It's
Ingress
alright.
is looking very poorly. And so is Augury, but he's very far away.
I probably not at the moment. I mean, if we're about to get into that anyway, then I'll probably do something about that in a second. But for the moment, the thing that was attaching Ingress, is it vanished? Well, the thing that had attached to Ingress, and
Yes.
that was
At the same time as you heard Marnie going hell for leather with their sword, this thing just collapsed in a big watery puddle. Ingress is soaked.
right. Got you.
Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
Amazing. Cool. Yeah, I'll give it a second, and I'll do something in a moment once we're probably out of initiative if we're not fighting anything for the moment. In fact,
Okay.
I'd probably say to Ingress is like, should we deal with what's inside of that cupboard?
I think it stopped.
As you turn around to look by the cupboard is not like a hermetically sealed door. There's like there's a small, there's just, you can just see this flood coming out of the bottom of the cupboard door.
Oh, yeah.
And the corgi, which can walk through walls, right?
Can.
Will sort of
Happy.
Who's a good
we'll sit.
hound of ill omen? Who's a good hound of ill omen? Yeah, you are.
While this is happening, Augury, please detect.
Could the Echo make me a wisdom saving throw 13? And you know what? Don't worry, because you roll a 2.
Okay.
Could you please tell me something that glooms the mind of this thing, or a fear? I will go for like what this thing is fearful about.
It thinks it scares Marnie, and it's not sure how to deal with that, because all it wants to do is be part of this cool life that it thinks Marnie leads, which it doesn't really understand. It's terrified that instead of being this sort of useful like ally and friend, it's instead become sort of a thing that they're a bit nervous about. They're also aware that, because they can hear everything that all the conversations, they're aware that these conversations, Marnie's been less like, oh god, it's terrifying, and more like, maybe it is a friend, but it's still in its heart of hearts like, maybe I'm about to be rejected and I don't know.
So Augury will go forth, and I would say, I think you both are afraid of each other, like, for the wrong reasons. I'm gonna communicate what I heard before. I think this creature wants to be your friend, but because it's unknown to you, you're afraid of it. But it's also on the other way around. He's afraid of you being afraid, and then it comes a vicious circle. So why don't we start from the beginning? Do you have a name? Asking to the Echo.
The Echo, which was about to just like, nope. Just
It's sort of fading, like the physical solid form of it is starting to fade into the shadows again. But you do have a moment.
I never had a name. So I just wanted to be like them, so I guess my name's Marnie as well now? I don't know. Marnie's just watching you do this with a, what are you doing? Just looks terrified.
Let's call you Marnie for now, and we will go for there. Okay? Marnie.
Hello.
He wants to be your friend. They wants to be your friend.
Okay. Thanks for all of that and the other stuff, and
yeah, they think it is really cool what you do, and as long as you let them help you, They're gonna be there for you.
Marnie's gonna go for a high five? Just...
Well,
And
there's
nobody
the
goes,
door.
yes! Oh, sorry.
The echo will also mirror and do the high five and then vanish as it...
And then goes and grabs your arm and sort of carry me, please.
Okay, agree. Father?
I'm coming. Come along, Ingress. And as we're going, we'll get this sorted for you. And I will cast Aura of Vitality as we start walking back. And I'm just going to, for the next minute, I'm popping heals to whoever needs it. So the first one for Ingress is 8 hit points. And then in 6 seconds, I'll do it again.
It's 20 d6 total, isn't it? Because it's 2 every 6 seconds for a minute.
There we go. All right. So I know Ingress needs it and Augury needs it, but I don't know if anybody else does, so I'll probably just focus on them. So I'll just roll this 1d6 20 times over. That was 3.
as we walk out, is Doris 1, Doris 2, follow us.
Okay.
This is going well.
While you're doing that, are you all just sat in the corridor? Are you going to go into Dr. Durrani's office? Are you going to head around to the main doors?
While this is happening, I'll say to everyone, we found a way in. There's a vent, and we can get in through the side. So when we're ready, we can finish this.
A moment too soon.
So
Yeah,
Kimmer's dead, right?
has been the whole time by the look of it. Or we got here too slowly. I'm gonna believe that they've been dead the entire time.
Is there a body or anything like that?
I've not seen one.
No.
I assume the body is in a mass in the cupboard.
Now, can I go and open the worst cupboard in the world?
Please do. Yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of like splashing through a puddle to get there, that kind of tiptoe of like. You open the cupboard. It looks like a generic storage cupboard, office supplies, but large enough to kind of walk in. And curled up at the bottom in the corner is a halfling dressed in blue with shaggy, sandy hair. Dead.
Is there if I check them over quickly, is there a note on the body or anything like that?
There is. Yeah.
Just to remind you, if you find anything, you will try to hoard it.
Oh, I know. I'm not picking up the dead halfling, Ali. There's limits.
There's a lot of office supplies in there, Chris.
Yeah. Well, I'm picking up the notes.
There's quills, there's papers.
Staplers, hole punches. Yeah.
Staplers, yeah. There's a laminator in the corner as well.
Oh my god! Oh, but I'm taking that anyway now. I love a laminator.
That's the thing that tips you over the edge into over encumbered.
Does it have any like laminate sheets? Or is it the liquid form one?
Oh yeah, there's a couple of there's no plastic, but yes, there are.
Magic.
So
magic plastic.
Magic plastic, so it works
magic
every time.
Lamination.
None of that none of that bubbling. It's just
no bubbles.
Oh,
yeah.
Chris wants this. Cool. I'm gonna walk out with the note and with the bag. Now I'm doing the proper as I walk because I'm now definitely carrying way too much stuff.
Father, can you solve this?
No, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I don't have anything on me to do that sort of thing. I mean, the kind of spell that would do something like that is a restorative one, and I don't have all the correct capabilities.
I can help with that.
What?
Oi. I think the Oblex took my potion of restoration.
What? When did you have a potion of restoration?
One of the two ones. One was fire breathing, and the other one was like greater restoration.
Oh, right. So you've had. Oh my goodness.
I think I
save me.
lost it.
Right. How much would I work out that Marnie's been hoarding everything? There's a high possibility Marnie might have taken it.
Nobody saw because he rolled really
Because it
well
was
for the spell.
it was sleight of hand, but I'm talking about not having ever seen it, just trying to put two and two together in this situation of Marnie hoarding everything.
Well, this sounds like some kind of intelligence check, Grenache, doesn't it?
Yes, please. Can I make an intelligence check?
Yeah. If you want to make an investigation check to sort of piece things together, I
That
suppose
sounds good.
we could argue that it could be an insight check.
Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy torturing me? Is this what this is?
I will. Yeah, I think. Yeah, because based on what I've been watching of Marnie and through my understandings of Marnie and this situation, use my insight to work out whether or not Marnie.
Well, make me an
this.
insight roll.
Thank you, because that's way better than my investigation. So, okay, 17.
I mean, Marnie's not very stealthy. It'd be difficult for them to, but they have been getting sneaky about hoarding things since you're spotted that they were doing.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably worth checking at least.
Cool. Oh, that would be utterly horrendous if you had a potion and then you lost it and then you... Marnie?
Yeah? Oh,
Now,
my bag's
you
getting
still
real.
seem to be quite good at telling me the truth about things, and you'd never lie to me now, would you? So
Father.
tell me honestly, did you at some point take a little potion bottle off of Augury?
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake. Right, do you fancy popping that bottle out for us, please?
Why? It's mine.
Because, yes, it is yours, and you're going to drink it right now.
At this point, I think Nix is gonna jump into the back and start like.
It's a rucksack. Now there's a cat there going, oh, it's gigantic, this humongous bag.
Nix has found the laminator and is thrilled.
Do not touch my... No, money doesn't care about laminators, Chris. That's a very important distinction.
The potion is discovered.
There you go.
And the cat is about to toss it to the floor.
The shadow dog sees the shadow cat and just like,
Come on, mouse. What a rat, a cat, and a dog.
How in control of this dog are you, Ingress?
well, it's technically supposed to go out straight after this target has reached 0 hit points, but I specifically wasn't mentioning it so it could meet the shadow cat.
And
Rules
you
is
know what,
written, it's
I
gone,
am-
but you know what?
I'm here for this rule bending. But what I think happens is the Noctum gets excited, like the tail goes up and the little butt starts waggling and starts to bound up to Nyx. Would Nyx run away?
Yes, would I have probably jumped to somebody else's arms or something?
I think what happens, Nyx goes to jump to the arms. The shadow of, I'm going to say Garnet. Garnet, Nyx has jumped to you, expecting comfort and security, but the shadow dog, this 5 foot tall corgi, has come up to you and done the Great Dane thing of like
Dane,
stood
yeah.
up and arms on your shoulders, like trying to get to the dog. Nyx has like jumped off, run down the corridor and turned the corner. This is back the way that Marnie's has just come back from with the thing, and the dog both at the same time has gone chasing after. And a minute or so later, Nyx is going to come trotting back round the corner, but the dog doesn't follow.
Roger just sticks his head out of the armour as all of that goes on and just shakes his head and then goes back down.
Okay, so we've got a couple of things. Marnie's potion and note.
Wait, so...
Drink it.
Drink it up now, Marnie.
Oh, okay. I drink it.
You feel, as the potion goes down your throat, you feel that urge to collect things just float away.
Oh, that's a relief. Oh, thank you. Look at my bag. Pick it up and just turn it upside down. Just pour everything out of it.
5 minutes.
Continues.
So, by the way, from Aura Vitality, included in the 8 you had before, Ingress, that was a total of 33 for you, and for Augury, 37 hit points.
37.
37.
Nice. I just need to double check. Yes. The slight mental fug that you both have, Augury and Ingress, that hasn't gone away. That is still there.
So, did you find anything like a corridor thingy, secret hidden like last time?
Yeah, there's vents around the side that
you want me to send Nyx first?
I suppose better safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm. So I hold onto Garnot's arms and I put my consciousness or like my senses into Nyx, and Nyx will go into the vent.
I just want to, before we move on, does Marnie read the note?
Yeah. Slightly sheepishly, because still embarrassed for stealing a potion.
It says, okay, I think someone's coming for me. This might not be the end after all, but just in case it is, if you find this, I tried to fix things, and I'm sorry I wasn't brave or clever enough. That's it.
Now I'm just sad.
The NEXUS rushing down the
corridor. When Augury grabs hold of Garnot and goes into Nyx's vision, Garnot sort of pulls Augury a little bit closer and sort of holds them a bit tighter and just looks a bit sad for a minute and then goes and then walks.
Oh. Are the rest of you gonna follow around? So the investigation that you did before, team investigate the passages, you figured actually there's probably from kind of just looking inside, there's probably another entrance this side as well, so you don't need to walk all the way around the other side to go in. It's probably, actually, now you think about the layout, it's probably in this office. Which when you walk in, the others that came in before recognized probably a dwarvish shrine. Marnie's and Grunak instantly. That is a perfectly maintained shrine to Dumathoin.
So she kept it and looked after it.
Pretty good of her.
Maybe not all bad.
But there is, at the far end, it probably had a work table over it beforehand, but now is clearly visible because tables have been thrown and are clattered around the corridor. There is a grate on the floor this side as well. Probably requires a little bit more heaving, but between you've probably got it. In fact, Marnie's can probably just on their own, but
Oh, don't worry, I'll come in. Never mind, on you go.
As Nyx pads down this shaft, you can see it's of a similar size to before, so Garnet would fit. It's just a bit more Herften, technical term. And you see it sort of forms this cross shape. So you could go from where you are to the other side of the room, and then as you get to about the middle, there's another tunnel going either way to get you to probably the equivalent of where the cupboard was. And then there's one that you think, oh, you definitely would have noticed a vent if it was outside the front door. So it's probably a little bit further into the Great Hall. But there's a way to see up, not right in the center. It looks like there would be one right in the center, but it's got a big metal contraption on top of it. But there is one you can see just off to the side, inside where Nyx would be able to see.
Like the Arkham Asylum floor grates where they're like slightly see-through. So yeah, cool.
Exactly, yeah. And through that, Nyx can see. It's hard to see the contraption in the center itself because you've not quite got the angle, but you can see in this room, like Nyx feels that pressure is even stronger. And it sort of looks like lightning, but the color is wrong. It's sort of a little more ethereal than lightning, just kind of sparking and shooting out at random. And very occasionally, like it happens once while Nyx is looking, there is a big one that looks like it might have shot off through walls to somewhere else in the facility, but most of the time these are little sparks that are just firing off around this room.
So I'm gonna leave Nyx there, and I'm gonna come back to my senses. And first of all, the dream vision that I had, did any of the creatures that I saw were similar to the ooze, to the oblex?
Well, the vision that you had was of Jublex, who is the demon lord of oozes.
Faceless
The
one.
lord of, many faces / faceless one, so this all tracks.
Okay, people. Thank you very much, Garnet.
Yep, that was fine. Yep.
Thank you.
The way
Yep, fine.
the way is clear, but yes, we have a situation at the end. And just to be sure, they mentioned like something from planes that were like attuned to planes. And I can see that all of us, or most of all of us, have a connection with other planes. I have a connection with the Infernal plane. Marnie, you might have a connection with the negative, and you both have a connection with the Feywild. So I think we need to be really careful about that if we don't want to bring something from those planes. So if someone should try to get close to it, I think it should be you, Father, who I think you are just fully attuned to this plane, right? Or is there anything that you want to tell us at this point?
That was my childhood in the elemental plane of Earth. I mean,
Oh, I don't think we've got time for that backstory. No, it's you're absolutely right there, Augury. I mean, I would say that I'm very much connected to higher planes of existence, but no, I don't have any physical connection to any other plane than the one that we're on.
So I suggest you go first, if it's okay with you.
Of course, it's okay with me. Not a problem at all.
Oh,
Should I go second and ready the anti-magic field?
yeah. Then I'll go behind so I can run up if there's problems.
I'll go like right at the back because a lot of people have told me that I might have a connection with the Feywild, but I recently learned that I might also have a connection to Theros as well, so I'd rather not bring anything from there through.
All those monsters.
If I can help it.
Nice.
You have noticed from Nyx's, look, the passageway under the room doesn't seem to be affected. You could probably deduce that if one of the big shoots of energy went in that direction, it would affect the tunnel, but the little ones are not coming down there, so you'd be safe in the tunnel.
Well, should we all be in the tunnels and ready to leap out if the father gets into any trouble?
Yeah.
Maybe hold our, actions.
Can I be within the 15-foot cone and be in the tunnel? Or
The entrance that will lead you up into the room is more than 15 feet away from the center. So you would have to enter the room as well.
I think I've got to go in. It's just trigonometry.
Okay.
And as people is getting ready, Augury will go to both Doris and remove the CPU, hard drive,
I was thinking about doing that as well. Can you both crawl?
I could lie on the floor and you could roll me.
I think it might be a bit too heavy for us to do that, unfortunately. Would you allow us to take your memory cores out? We can get you to the surface and then replug you into new units, probably bodies that aren't as damaged, and then you can go on your way.
You want to take my memories like that creature wanted to take Aubrey and Ingris's memories?
Yes,
No,
exactly like that.
No.
We want to take you.
I do not know.
But,
What was that, Ingris?
I mean, it's not completely dissimilar,
Yeah.
but useful info in that noggin.
I'm going to say that if you wanted to take their cores out, then that's probably going to take a little longer than just and I'm going to grab them before we go in the tunnel. So you could sit out and do that, or you could come with and do it after.
And not like the old VHS players where there's just an eject button.
Acting like a Baymax situation.
Need to respool the tape.
I mean, I'll leave it up to both of you. If you want, we can take you out of here, but we won't be able to get your bodies out of here.
I am not too attached to this body. I think I am more than this physical form.
Can we just take your head?
They are only head. They're a round ball with legs and little stick arms.
I love Doris so
I
much.
will just crack the neck and take Doris too into my
Crack the neck of
backpack.
what, Ali? There's no neck. It's a ball with legs.
I'm gonna remove the arms and the legs.
Ow.
I spent a minute casting mending on that. Oh, come on.
Okay, I'm just aware of time. Okay. Can we...
I would like to carefully remove the memory core of Doris 1.
Okay, and Doris 2 is being disassembled again. Okay.
Doris 5 is alive.
You monsters.
Why can't we just take them? We're going up in a lift. Why can't we just take them?
Let's go.
Monsters. Absolutely.
Isn't it nice for them? They said they wanted to come with.
You could have
Nice
just
for me,
taken
that's
it.
all.
Anyway,
Okay.
fine. So you're in the tunnel underneath. We've got Grunak going first, Ingris going second, and that Marnie's Garnet third and fourth. And Augury, are you staying nearby but at the back?
Yeah.
Fine. Good. Grunak, so you're easily able to shimmy through this corridor, this little vent. The shaft is just above you, which you can push out the way. I would strongly advise waiting for Ingris to turn the device on before ascending.
Yeah, I'm going to be...
DM tip to you.
No, I just go straight at it. No,
You're wise. Don't do it.
I'm going to be in the blast of this, so basically all magic that even I would have cast would be nullified. So, cool.
Hang on.
I'm wise, I'm not going to do something.
Point of order. That means Ingris will have to come out of the crawl space, which means Ingris won't be protected by the anti-magic cone because it's in front.
Hold it like that.
Hey, Brolly.
Look, someone's got to hold it.
And you get a mage hand to hold it behind. The mage hand won't be affected by the thing.
But yeah.
It's wild magic, mate. I think wild magic will affect the mage hand.
Probably.
Which
I mean,
turns
I
into
could
a
also...
hand that kills us all.
Let's see what happens.
Just to follow on from that, then, as a question, the channel divinity ability is an ability. Is that separate from magic?
Is your divine ability. It's not
Perfect.
magic, I believe.
I don't know if it'll be of much use, but then I will wait for everybody to get there, and then as we get and we're about to go in, I will just grab my holy symbol and do a bit of a, as a defender of the dwarven realms and a keeper of Gorm himself to protect us, and a whole twilight dome will appear in a 30-foot radius all around me. And I
Nice.
instantly give myself 1d6 plus 6, that's 9 temporary hit points. And over the course of this next turn, because it's at the end of everyone's turn, you all get one of those.
Lovely.
D6, you said?
It will be 9 temporary hit points to everybody
I'll take
over
it.
the course. Yeah.
Great stuff. So as you lift the great Ingress, are you activating the... Yeah. Holding it like an umbrella. Good. Or are you getting a mage hand to hold it?
Does anyone have any duct tape?
I have a rat. That's about it.
I did put a bunch of stationery in my bag and then tip it all out again. Did some duct tape stick around?
What is your plan, Ingress?
Leave it to my
I'm
bag.
going to be kind and say that you did this in advance because we don't have time for you to go back, everyone to shuffle backwards out of this tunnel, you to engineer this and come back again, okay? So how is it being held?
Maintenance cupboards.
How is this being, it's just strapped to your back.
Yeah, it's like in a big cross, and then I can at the top.
Great. Lovely.
Like a TV aerial.
You have engineered this so the cone is pointing ahead and you are included in the cone.
I am still a Final Fantasy character, so it still somehow looks cool.
Nice.
Nice.
Grunak, as you lift yourself out of this tunnel, making sure that you are in this cone, you can see around. You can see in the center there is this brass and copper platform. There is a pedestal at the front of it. In the center of this pedestal, there is a hole in which there is a jar with an enormous. It's not enormous in the grand scheme of enormous maggots, but it's pretty darn big. This grub in a jar. Above, on top of the pedestal, floating and spinning erratically, is a large silver cog.
Right.
Around, you notice, that is your focus, but there's that part of you, that religious part of you that wants to take in and see. You see around you, as you thought before with the title, this is a multi-deity prayer room. And around the room, carved in stone, so not easy to remove, and they have been left. There are shrines to Doomathoin, as you might expect. There's a shrine to Moradin, the Soul Forger, who is the All-Father, the Dwarven God of Creation. There's a shrine to Berenar Truesilver, the revered mother, the goddess of hearth and home. There is a shrine to Gorm himself. There is a shrine to Vergadane, the Merchant King, god of wealth, thieves, commerce, negotiation. And there is a shrine to Dugmarin Brightmantle, the Wandering Tinker, the god of invention and discovery. The thing that you notice, being a dwarven cleric, is what is missing here. There are no shrines to gods of warfare. These are all gods of commerce, trade, home, family living, exploration, and innovation. And obviously, the chaos of the space, there are sparks of this spectral energy everywhere. Are you going to start making your way towards the center?
Yes, I will turn and give Ingress an optimistic smile and a nod and begin on my way. And as I go, I will just grab my holy symbol and I'll start saying a prayer to all of the symbols that I see around me as I walk.
Lovely. Ingress, I would like you to make some kind of check to keep up. I mean, Grunak walks slower than you, but I would like you to make some kind of check to keep up with him and keep this perfectly focused on him. I'm happy for you to argue what kind of check you're making.
Can I argue that I'm persuading the light to stay in? No, probably not.
Some kind of physical check.
Can I have acrobatics? Like the moment it looks like it's veering, I just go, woof.
Yeah, I'd be happy for this to be a dexterous check.
Oh, excellent. That's 24.
Amazing. Fantastic stuff.
In the tunnels, I am holding an action to jump out and go and save Grunak, regardless of consequence.
Great. Good stuff. Great. Grunak, you start walking towards. Could you please make me a D100 roll?
D100. Yes, I can.
I would also like to hold my action to telekinetically shove Marnie so that they can get closer to Grunak if something does go wrong.
It's the year of my birth, 88.
Nice. Very good. Yes. Whilst you are walking towards the center, you get about 2/3 the way there, and there is a great cracking, ripping noise, and a huge one of these magical surges whips across the room, but well past you, through the ceiling and up and away. It felt too close for comfort, but it didn't come anywhere near you. You got the sense that this anti-magic field may not have been enough on its own. This staff may not have been enough on its own to stop that.
Okay.
But you're okay at the moment.
I will start praying louder.
You get to the center. You can make it to the platform. As you get close with the cone of anti-magic, the wheel that's been spinning not just in one direction, it's been spinning like a gyrocopter in all directions, seems to slow down enough and calm itself enough that you think you might be able to work the contraption to release it and take it down.
Cool.
Could you please make me some kind of, I'm a mechanic doing a mechanic thing check?
Can I help by saying pointers?
Great. Please do.
Please do.
Point at it with the anti-magic. Look, over there, Father. Oh, no. Use that one.
What would this be?
Just smash it.
Could I argue that in this situation, this is like me trying to do my best to be almost the literal father of the group and the grandfathery type, and I'm trying to keep us all alive and get everybody out. So effectively working out how this thing works. I was brought in as a mechanic, but I would like to use my survival techniques to understand how I can pull this apart appropriately. So, arguable.
I mean, survival is more
I know.
living in nature. And Ali, what were you going to say?
So, because Ogre is at the end, I think Ogre will keep going like blind because he passed his consciousness to Nyx.
Uh-huh.
So Nyx is really close to Grunak and trying to direct somehow, like pointing stuff.
We can't give advantage twice.
Yeah, we've already got advantage.
Okay.
But it's what stat is being rolled here.
Oh.
My
but Nyx
it's
can
like
be
tinkering, but
do you have proficiency in Tinker's tools?
I have proficiency in Mason's tools.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could dismantle the plinth.
Yeah. Well, I
Smash
could
it with
try
a
that.
hammer.
Yeah.
I do have a big hammer, and I could smash this down with
You know
the
what you've
hammer.
also got, Nick? You've got a crowbar.
I do have. Oh
shit.
my goodness! I have a crowbar. I have a crowbar which is doing
An
wonders.
indestructible crowbar.
I pull out the crowbar and I grab my mason's tools and I go, screw the mason's tools, I have a crowbar. And then I try and take it apart so that the cog will be able for me to pull it down.
All right. Make me an attack roll, I guess, with this crowbar.
Great. Amazing.
Smash it.
Smash it with a hammer. Okay, it's not bad. Am I adding my proficiency to a crowbar attack?
Yeah. It's the same as mace attack would have been for you.
Perfect. I'm just finding that for me. That is okay, so that is 21.
Incredible. What does this look like as you release the wheel?
Release the wheel! It's on the plinth, isn't it? And there was a system holding it in place. So I like Ingress in particular, and Nyx will see me get out the crowbar, angle it, kind of do that thing going, but maybe if I go from, fuck it, poof, and just smack it up like that, which clips the cog, which goes up, and then I will catch on the end of the crowbar and go, hey, there we go, easy peasy.
Beautiful. I'm going to tweak that slightly, just to say that as you jam the crowbar in, the surge of all of this wild magic will knock you both back and send you both flying. Could you please take me, both of you, 6 force damage, and you're both knocked to the floor, prone, and backwards 5 feet. But in the midst of that, Grunak, you do manage to stick the crowbar up in the air and catch the wheel, which does spin around it.
Nice.
As you said. And the room is quiet.
Are they dead? Garnot, are they dead? Garnot?
I don't know. Marnie, can you see them?
I'm going to poke my head up out of the grate.
Garnot, do you hear in your head? It is done.
Grunak's just lying on his back up in the room going, I can't believe that fucking worked!
It is done, is what I just had in my head, so I'm guessing it's done, so let's go through.
I'll go and help him up. Come on, Father. Up you get.
Oh, thank you. You know, my back these days doesn't do very well on the ground. Right, thank you.
And look around the room.
I'll help Ingress up because it looks like she's stuck to the floor because of all the duct tape.
You, the cog, please.
Oh, aye, right you go. I have no use for it. On you go. Hand it over.
Marnie, as you're looking around... Oh, sorry. What did you saying, Ingress?
That's heavier than it looks.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It is, it's a little weighty, but it's not.
Strength is -2.
Okay, yeah, it's heavy. It's real heavy. Marnie, as you're looking around, you see all of the shrines as before. They have been chipped away at, but you figure that it's probably from these sparks of force energy that have been going around. They look clean, in a similar way to the one of Dumathoin in Dr. Durrani's office was. So it looks like they were probably treated respectfully before this happened, even if the room had been misappropriated. Augury, the silver cog, you've not seen it before, but it does look familiar. It looks similar to something else you've seen before. Like part of the same set.
I thought so. Ingress, what are you planning to do with that?
Oh, you're very smart. I think you know what I'm planning to do with this.
Yeah.
Eat it. I too have the madness of Julex. Nom 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 nom.
I think we can be of use of each other, right? Like, I have so much information and you have powerful items. Why don't we try to make a win-win situation here?
What information you have exactly? Because as far as I know, you can just kind of morph into your cat and that's it. I've not really seen you be very useful.
That's very true.
Impressive nipples, though.
No, I mean, it's fine. I will come for it another day. Don't worry. At least I know where is it now.
Are you
Really, sweetie? Sure you do.
Are you going to be heading towards Tusk's office? Is that the plan, or is there anything else you wanted to do?
As we're walking towards Tusk's office, I will turn to Grunak and go, "There's just one thing I don't understand, Father.
What's that?
So, they made a portal thingy, and it caused all sorts of problems. But there was a plant that grew some weird stuff, and there were puddles that were too thick. Where did that come from?"
Hard to say, but I would imagine, based off of the sort of things that we've seen down here, it probably came through one of the portals, or was a beginning of some transference from another realm, perhaps, that just made its way in and settled itself down. The puddles certainly sounded like what we ended up having to deal with. Like it was the beginning of it, and then over time they became that beast that we had to deal with. Plant, however, not the
Also,
foggiest.
It could be that other laboratories were working in other stuff or other products. So probably
Yeah, it's good.
something. These trigger something going wrong in some other experiments.
Yeah, you're right.
It's one of the things we read said that the fleshy plant thing happened before all of this, so maybe it's got something to do with the person that ran away.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
I don't know what everyone's plans are, but I think this place needs to be reconsecrated at least. There's a lot of dwarven heritage here that's been kind of screwed up. So that'd be right with everybody.
Yeah, if possible, I think the dead need to be retrieved as well,
Yeah, that too.
given to the families.
Extremely nice, and it's so lovely of you. I might leave you kids to it, though, because I've got places to be and hags to talk to. But I honestly wish you the best. You guys have been amazing.
No, you're fine. I don't really understand the whole who's in competition with whom stuff, but maybe just be careful with that.
Oh, I will be. I'm always careful. I set on fire earlier, but that doesn't count.
Right.
Marnie,
Hmm?
I found this in the big doctor's office. It looked like they had some sort of interest in you and your shadow friend. So take that and do with it what you will. If you ever need anything, my name's Garnot. You can reach me through any magical means. This goes to all of you. If any of you know anybody that can cast a spell that can send messages, I'm Garnot and I'm a hobgoblin.
Would you want to help out with cleaning this place up?
Yeah, I could do that.
Cool.
No pay in
We're
it.
saying all this like everything, like the game's over, but we still got to go into the main guy's office and get out of here.
Just a conversation, just while we're walking.
Yeah.
As you're walking through the main hall, you see, we saw it at the end of last session. This place has been decimated. There's big lumps of rubble that you had to there's a little bit of climbing involved in scrabbling and shifting, but you do manage to make your way. There's a couple of bits of rubble that you probably have to move aside to make it through the door itself. Nearby the door, there is another poster of Gregarious Tusk, and it just says, Gregarious Tusk, the heart of Nexus Arts. I love how disgusted you all are. Are you making your way?
I pointlessly waste a guiding bolt on that just. Like Grunak of all the people, just I've had enough of you, and just points the warhammer and guiding bolts it.
I mean, you're about to head into his office, so I don't know what else you're expecting. As you walk in, it is plush. The stone walls again have been covered up with dark wood paneling. There is another large fireplace with a portrait of Gregarious. This is a portrait of him riding a shark, and then a fountain of him riding a shark has been carved in the background of the portrait.
Okay.
There's also a ginormous desk with various letters. There is a plate with a fork and crumbs.
Oh, the fucker ate the cake.
He ate the cake.
How fresh are those crumbs?
Promise.
Now I need to kill him.
They're probably about a day and a half old.
Yeah.
All right, okay, good.
Of course.
And
Next full shot, finding this guy.
the
Augury, you
hunt and
can't-
murder
you can't-
of Gregarious Tusk.
Augury, you can't detect him in here by any chance, can you?
I could try if I had the spell slots. Give me a second. I don't have
mean,
more.
No,
spells.
don't waste it. He's not here. He's long gone.
Oh, I was going to say, I can try and bring him out, and I'm just going to use my telekinetic movement on the painting and throw it to the other end and shatter it into a million pieces.
Actually, interestingly, as you do that, as soon as the painting moves, hey, what are you doing with me? No, I don't do the. You'll ruin the paintwork. Ah!
Is that a talking painting?
Wait,
One by me?
Guess we'll never know now.
Probably like some sort of bug or a mimic or something, I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't think it's a painting I really want to talk to anyway, so...
There is the opposite end of the room. There is the entrance to the lift. Augury, you're naturally curious. Of course you are. So as you are heading out, you will spot on his desk a couple of bits of papers. One, you're like, oh, that's for Ingress, which you can hand it over, which is a to-do list for the new PA to do, which includes written down general drudgery, shuffling papers, my tax return, watering the plants, writing speeches for me to practice, painting new portraits of me, developing new ideas for necromancy, keeping an eye out for spies, etc. There is another letter, which has been actually there's a small letter opener knife that has been stabbed into this letter. Into the desk.
Oh,
Oh.
that is interesting.
Dear Mr. Tusk, I thank you for your interest in our planar research here at Stony Wing Hall. However, our devices are learning aids for students to be operated with the most delicate care. They are uniquely rare, require a great deal of training to use safely, and I regret to inform you they are not available for hire, especially for ex-students who failed to meet the grade requirements to stay on despite their family's attempt at bribery. Wish you all the best. Geek Stony Wing.
Are you saying this is all Keek's fault again? Because that's fair.
Look, if you're not going to show you still the keys around, honestly.
Yeah.
And as you get to the lift itself, just to the right-hand side of it, there is a group portrait of various people that you recognize, including Tusk, Dr. Elathnura Durrani. The names are all written at the bottom as well. So yeah, Gregarious Tusk, Dr. Elathnura Durrani, Chief Will oh god, I didn't write it down properly. Chief Willpip Nibblepin. Oh god, Chief Rukiak, just her name. Administrator Lance Vance.
No.
And
no.
and Dr. Jeff and Jurok Antoni. And there is a half-elf man with a neat clipped beard and no hair, very smartly dressed in wizard robes that are much like Dr. Durrani. Actually, they're both wearing the blue jumpsuits, but have got a little something over them to be like, this is ridiculous. I am smarter than this. So you see the group. The lift is there. Do you take the lift? Or are some of you staying right now? Or are you all going to get out to start with?
Go back to Waterdeep and get some more
Get some help.
people. Like, we're going to need people to actually deal with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. You have your cause of Doris. Did you take the bodies with you in the end, or you just take the cause of both of them?
I have the head of Doris too.
It's just a head, Ali. There's no rest of the body. You just pulled its arms and legs off. Okay. She can't walk anymore. You can only roll her. This is awful. Well, you're going to have to carry her around forever now. This is parenthood.
I just need to hack the core to get what I want, and that's it.
Heartless. All right. You take the lift. It takes about 15 minutes because these lifts are ridiculously slow and take forever.
It's a good time for a credit roll.
Yeah, exactly. There's, you know, as you're taking the lift, there's also little images of curious oozes being like, oh, what is this crowbar? And that kind of thing. Or there's the plants, now that everyone else is dead, just being like, finally we could come alive and shuffle about. There's things like that. And then there's Dorises, a few remaining Dorises finally finding each other and communicating and realizing how hard done by they've been and taking the scraps of armor and building an army, and that's fine. That's not a problem. You make it to the top of the lift, and outside you feel the fresh mountain air hit you. It's a lovely sunny day. There is what looks like set up to be a teleportation circle to one side, which might be how Gregarious got out of Dodge so quickly. But it's also quite convenient for you if you can communicate to anyone that can help you use that to get out of here. As you're sort of taking in this final breath and taking in the view, if your eyes turn to the south, roughly the direction of Waterdeep, but not anywhere near that far, the mountain range stops. And not because the mountain range was supposed to stop. You can see it carrying on in the distance. But several miles away across the mountaintops, there is just a hole. Like a big spherical gap where a mountain should have been. Those of you who know your history figured that's probably a... Wait, wasn't that where the ancient Netherese city crashed a little while ago? I think we'll leave that there.
That's G's fault.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh no.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey!
You survived. You made it.
Woohoo!
Maybe, if you're not swallowed up by whatever that is over there.
That sounds like a problem for high-level characters now.
That's above your pay grade. That's fine. Thanks, everyone. And thank you, everyone else out there, for watching and joining us for wrapping up this show. I'm sorry it ran over a little bit, but this is four-parters, finales, all of that. If you enjoyed tonight, come join us on Monday and Tuesday nights from 6 p.m. GMT, 10 a.m. PST. We play D&D. Now that this is finished, I believe next week we have a one-shot. Is that correct?
No, next week we have Ali's show.
We're going straight into that. Are we not doing the one-shot?
Tomorrow's Fracture's taking a week off, and tomorrow is a special one-shot. A special one-shot
where you might recognize some faces and some names, maybe. And it's definitely all sweet and lovely and nice. I don't know how much you've put out on the socials about this one-shot.
We'll have to wait and see. I don't know.
Okay. But enjoy that because it is a delight. Next week, then, come join us on Monday nights for Ali's new four-parter campaign. Yay, Ali, tell us about it. What is it?
It's more horror and more aberrations. The show is called A Distorted Revelation, and I loved it. My players are great. So yes, please join us next week.
Marvelous. And yes, as Chris says, Fracture is taking a week off this week, but next week, come back and join us on Tuesdays for our long-running campaign, Fracture, which will be episode 4 then next week. Excellent stuff. Exciting times.
Mm-hmm.
On Fridays, you can join us for Talking is a Free Action, our chat show. But this week, it will be Talk Together with these faces, where we will discuss the events of Nexus. And that will run from 6 p.m. GMT, 10 a.m. PT, here on twitch.tv/Roll Together RPG. All of our shows stream here, or you can find them on YouTube. Search for Roll Together RPG. And you can also find us on podcasts, searching the same thing. And if you want to find us in the socials, hey, look, it's the same name. You got it by now, hopefully. A huge thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You are all wonderful, and big shout outs and lots of love to all of you. You could be as cool as they are by clicking the link in chat and joining them in supporting us in what we do. Thank you to all of our sponsors and supporters. And thank you for watching, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.